everyone. Hi, hello. Let me turn my noise gate and suppression back on. Hello everyone. Oh, my microphone's all the way over there. Hello, lovely Hatter, lovely T-Rex, and lovely Ami. Ami, it's been a little bit. Hi, honey. We missed you. Hello. Stabby Soups is Hatter. Garlic Bread says T-Rex. It's my favorite angel there. Oh, it's my favorite Ami there. How you been? How's everyone been? I hope you guys have been doing well. Basiri is not feeling well today, and that's gonna be for the next, 4 or 5 days. So, can you watch some scary stuff for today? Yes, we can definitely watch some scary stuff today. Yeah. You guys got any suggestions? Ooh, hearts. Thank you for the hearts, babies. Thank you. Yeah, we could definitely watch some scary stuff. Let me see what I've got here. We could listen to a creepypasta together. Do you guys know Creepcast? You guys want to listen to a Creepcast episode together? I'll find one of my favorites for you guys. But yeah, we're definitely not going to be playing anything today. Ooh, this recent one I found, I found the bunker of a prepper family. And turn it on. I clean hoarder houses for a living is one of my favorites. Oh, the thing in the basement is getting better. Okay. Stolen Tongues, Deep Woods. Stolen Tongues is really good, but it's 4 hours long. Stare in the Woods at 3 hours. Hi, Face Beautiful. Master 8 Gundam. Hello. Wait, I think I've seen you before. Hello. Welcome back. I think it's been a while. Hello. Welcome back. I hope you've been doing well. And webpage down, house, stairs in the woods. See, some of the really good ones are the really long ones. My plushies are now playing Monopoly. Oh, so pretty women. Oh, thank you very much. I think so too. I like this form I've taken. So, how do you guys feel about a Creepcast? We could listen to a Creepcast together. Well, listen and watch. It does have a visual component. I can go for one of the shorter ones, like under 2 hours. The cleaning one sounds interesting. The hoarding house cleaning. Yeah, this is one of my favorite ones. It's 2 hours, 30 minutes, but it should be okay. Hello. Hi, Yanni. Welcome in. But yeah, there's the top three. The three at the top are two of their recent ones, and one's like one of my favorites from them. So the one at the top. Oh, actually, let me show you guys the thumbnails. Maybe you guys can decide based on that. So here you go. Is this gonna work? No. I actually have to save this to desktop. Okay. There it is. So here are the thumbnails. Wait, I could have shared the window with you guys. Oh well. Any of these thumbnails look super appealing. I think we'll choose between these three. So the one at the top is one of their newer ones. Well, the two at the top are two of their newer ones. And the one at the bottom, surprisingly, is one from 5 months ago, but it's one of my absolute favorites. So, how are you doing? Oh, I'm okay. Vasiri's not feeling too well, though. Well, I had a pretty good horror experience yesterday. Oh, did you, Ame? What happened? What happened? But yeah, since my vessel's not feeling super well, we're just gonna watch and listen to a Creepcast episode together. I want to introduce you guys to two of my favorite boys on the internet. Wow, two of my favorite spook boys. Besides, Manly and Markiplier and Sean and 8-Bit Ryan and all those guys. But yeah, if you guys like any of these based on the thumbnails or the titles, let me know. We'll probably do the Hoarder House one. Did they write those horror stories? They just narrated. They're just narrating them. But they have had people write stories specifically for them to read. So yeah, they're just narrators, but they do an awesome job. Wendigoon he's like the narrator, and then Papa Meat, he does like all the voices and stuff with the characters and gives really funny commentary. Well, we went on a trek yesterday. Ooh, I know Papa Meat. Yeah, do you? He's awesome. I watch him all the time. He's great. He's very, very entertaining. Okay, I think we'll do the hoarder house one, since I don't think you guys have any preference the other way. Bah. Ba, ba, ba. Wendigo wants to slay the princess? I don't know, does he? Does he? I wonder. We won't be slaying any princesses today, though. Not today. The BB is not feeling well. The BB is what I call Visiri, so this cool guy. Yeah, they're two very cool guys. Indeed. But sometimes I call Visiri, so my human vessel, Visiri, I call her, the BB sometimes. Because he's the narrator. Oh, god damn it. Sorry, I'm a bit out of it. I forgot to loop the music for you guys. I'm a dumbass. I am streamer. I am good streamer. Baby. Baby. Yeah. Baby. We can call her that from now on. Oh, with the pink heart too, Yaldi. God damn, it was spooky where we found an area quite suspicious. Oh. We lost the path we strayed for it. Oh no! Oh no, Ami, well, I'm glad you guys made it out safely. Oh, there's a familiar in here and he would like out. Let me let baby saw out. Come on, sweetheart. There he goes. He came in to hang out for a bit. Hello, White Hawk. Welcome in, welcome in. Did not get notified by YouTube for this. Yeah, it does that sometimes. Oh, that sucks. I thought you ought to know. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know, White Hawk. Yeah, fucking YouTube, man. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But yes, thank you for letting me know. By the way, you ever heard the games Myth or Sacrifice? I don't think so. Like, those are some pretty... Like, those names are just, like, singular words, so... Both are very good, fairly old, but possessing a particular rhetorical position. Possibly might be interested. VBB. Yeah. So any of you who are new here or aren't around super often, the voice you hear right now is not my original voice. My original voice was stolen from me. Long story. But the one I'm borrowing right now is my human vessel. We call her Khione Aria. That is her code name. And I call her VBB. Because she's quite a bit younger than me, since I'm a 1,000 years old. So she's VBB. Most of you guys are BBs. Babies. BBs. Baby BBs. But yeah, I hope everyone in, I think, like the entire east, north, like the one coast of the United States. I hope you guys are doing okay. Baby Saw is back. Hello, sweetheart. I hope my American... I must say, I hope my American VTubers are doing okay. Yeah, I hope they're doing okay too. I hope my American Entourage members are doing okay. If you guys are on the coast where all the snow and ice is happening, I think you guys are getting a round two or something, so I've heard. From some of my lovelies in America. Ami says, well, we felt hands on our shoulders. Oh, and after sunset, there was a feeling of dread and feeling someone behind and walking beside me. One of my friends and I felt a push on a slippery path. What? Oh my god. That's so scary. I'm surprised the princess away for Prague is right about Maybe. I mean, the pro tag is Visiri, right? And I'm the princess, so... Well, then I had extreme nightmares yesterday night. No! I can't understand why, jeez. This was a super spooky time. Super spooky time. Hi, baby Thaw. Hi, sweetheart. You get your sink water? The familiars like drinking from the sink, even if they have water in their bowls. Okay, see ya. It keeps coming in and out. Oh, man. Well, Oh, to be honest, we went to make memories. Oh, you sure made some memories, eh, Ame? You sure made memories. Well worth it. Yeah. Because you're fine. You guys are all fine. Just some weird paranormal stuff. Because see, if it was like a person trying to hurt you guys, that's worse. I dare say that's worse. See, that's the thing. When you go to like haunted areas and stuff, the thing you really need to worry about is other human beings, not the ghosts. Ghosts are pretty chill most of the time. Oh, maybe they'll move something or tap you on the back or whatever, fine. But another human being might stab you and take your shit. So, seeing Kevin just running through and sing on their own. Oh, that's so cute. Oh, possibly could teach my familiar. They might already know how to do that. They just like me to do it for them. Yes, yes, yes. Just a sec, guys. Oh, I'm still muted. Okay, now I'm not muted. Sadie's had a very sniffly nose lately. Oh, the area also had leopards? Oh my god. Did you guys at least take like knives or pepper spray or guns with you? Jeez. Leopards are very pretty though, but yes, very dangerous apex predator. Yes, 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 indeed. I think once we hit 15 minutes, which is going to be in like 2 minutes, we will start the Creepcast episode. And yes, I will be pausing to make commentary and all that bullshit. You guys know what you're getting yourself into. Funny thing, all our phones are dead, no lights, nope, nothing. Oh, you guys didn't bring anything? Jeez. Okay, your phones were dead. What? Like the batteries were all dead? How? Didn't you guys charge your phones before you went out? I do. I see. We had nothing to defend ourselves. Jeez, next time, guys, bring something with ya. Whether it's just like a pocket knife or some spray or something. Not that that's gonna do much against a supernatural entity, any ghosts or anything, but hey, if a leopard were to come up on you might get out alive. Or heavens forbid, another human being. I don't like when you guys have to hurt each other, but it happens, right? Well, we are all alive. You guys sure are. I'm glad you guys are okay, and you now have a funny story to tell. You guys have your own spooky story to tell. That's all that matters. Yep, that's all that matters is you guys are okay. And you had a fun time, even if you had terrible nightmares. That's to be expected with what happened. To be expected. Okay. You guys ready? Need to find some Creepcast. I think I can move you guys back above my head now. Hold on. Let me get you guys. Boop. There we go. And then let me get the window. Let me make sure it's a separate window. Make it full screen. Oh. Okay, let me window capture. Boop. Oh, hey! And it's like floating. Hey, that's perfect. It's like floating in the middle of the snow. Okay, you guys ready? And all our dumbasses entered them to... Wait, hold on. That's all that matters. We did find 3 abandoned houses too, and our dumbasses entered them to click pictures. Yeah, of course. Well, hey, nothing went wrong. You guys have some cool, spooky pictures now. Remember one nightmare when I was Marco Plushie? I don't know if that's a nightmare. That sounds adorable. So this is called I Clean Hoarder Houses for a Living. This is one of my favorites that they've read. And this Creepcast... hosted by the lovely Wendigoon and Meat Canyon, also known as Papa Meat. Sometimes you have to experience those. Exactly, right? I love their new-ish opening. It's got like references to all the other stories they've read. Or it's Hunter.
Today we're going to be reading
Hunter and Isaiah are their names.
And hoarder houses for a living. Today, I saw something I don't understand.
Oh, does it sound okay, guys?
Which is very Reddit coded.
Here we go.
What the hell?
That should be better.
I don't really understand.
This is like a.
I understand.
Highest
a
of
lot
highs
of things.
requires lowest
like
of
a
lows.
Gen Alpha
Yeah,
person.
I agree,
It's a
Whitehawk.
Gen Alpha person cleaning a house and they find like a Furby and they have no idea what it is. Now, what the hell is this?
Nothing will be bad as the Church in the Woods guy. Like, I think you're full of shit with the smirk. Like, I think I've thought about him a lot.
So
since we
sometimes
read
the
that
stories
story.
they
think
read
you're
are
full
really
of dookie.
bad.
Yeah.
And
I don't
like,
wanna say
but
the
they're like
actual
fun
word.
bad, right?
This is
Yes,
a
I'm
story.
not gonna lie. Second
This is a
guess
story.
appearance,
It's a
yeah.
six-part story here. It is written by a
Oh, I
person
can bring my
named
wings back
Dopamine.
also.
Already,
Oh, that's
it's
a
red
cute
flag for
name.
me. I just want to
No,
put
that's
that
a
out there.
cute name.
I just want to say Dopamine. Don't like that. All right.
Okay.
Dopamine does feel.
Let me tell you guys some things. So Hunter, like me, is a hater ass bitch. There are a lot of things he doesn't like, just like me. So I feel kinship with him, whereas Wendigoon's more chill
Like-
about stuff.
a Reddit name, but they seem to be a pretty well accomplished writer online because they have a series called the
Mine's
North
fine now,
American
it's a little lower.
Pantheon,
Thank you, Whitehawk.
which
Thank you so
has
much,
its
hon.
own subreddit and a lot of followers that, according to the description of it, is about gods, monsters, and other inmates at the world's premier prison for supernatural beings fight staff system and each other while attending mandatory therapy. So, and there's a bunch of people that follow that. They post a bunch of updates to the story periodically. There's still a very active writer posting, only a few weeks ago.
Oh, nice.
And commenting on people talking about their own stories. They seem very active on Reddit, so we'll leave a link to their stuff
Good.
in the description. Be sure to show them some love. But the story we're reading today
It's so
seems to be one
funny
of
that
their
there's
standalone
like
stories.
something on Wendigoon's
So
carpet
no need,
back there.
as far as I know,
And it
to
looks like a
understand like
hole.
a greater world or other writings
I don't
around
think
it.
it's actually a hole. It's just like a
single
smear or
narrative.
something.
Also, since you can see me right now, I'm in the process of moving. That's why all my walls
Yeah,
are very
you
lame
moved
and
house
boring.
recently-ish.
I also have no idea what this stain
It looks like a
on the floor
hole.
is. That was just there. I didn't pee in the floor. So anyway, let's go to
No,
get into the
if your
episode
urine
now.
is that
Dope
color,
thing.
I'd be very
I
worried
clean
for you.
crime scenes and hoarder houses for a living. Today I saw
I don't
something
recommend
I
trekking
didn't
even
understand.
anymore. That checks
I'm a
out.
hazmat cleaner in a
Oh,
very
here we go.
specific niche. Basically, I clean hoarder houses,
Let me move you guys
as well
a
as
bit.
family homes after traumatic deaths. It's a necessary job. First, imagine the worst thing that could possibly happen to you, like being a parent whose teenager just shot herself, or
Oh.
the survivor of a murder-suicide.
Oh.
Then imagine going home after the reports are filed and the detectives are done, and having to scrub your loved one's dried brains off the walls.
Yeah.
That's where I come in. It's surprisingly easy to acclimate to corpses and gore. Depending
Yeah.
on the situation, bloodstains can be hard to deal with,
Yeah.
only because they're always in context.
Oh.
The spatter on the children's SpongeBob quilt, the smears across the cheerfully rustic kitchen, the violent sprays over family portraits, the stark evidence of violence over the normal trappings of
For a
a
moment, I
family
thought you said
home
Wendigo.
can be disturbing.
Wendigoon.
But even
That is
gets
where his
easier
name
over
comes
time.
from. The stories
The
are
hardest
fucked
part
up.
is the
Sure
smell.
are.
Sweet and almost gooey, with undertones of vomit, fetid swamp, sweat, and unwashed skin. The stench
Yeah.
strengthens and weakens seemingly on a whim. Sometimes I swear it moves, drifting across a room or directly overhead, or lunging forward to swallow me. But the rest really doesn't bug me
Move this
anymore.
over a bit.
Even mattresses
There we
dripping with
go.
decomposition juice get unremarkable after a while. Now, a couple days ago, I was assigned to a suicide house. The victim was a middle-aged lady with hoarding issues.
Oh,
She lived
dear.
alone. Her much older brother lived in a nursing home. She called him like clockwork once a week. Suddenly, she stopped calling.
Yeah, that's
4
when
weeks
you know
passed and he was
something's
frantic.
wrong.
He has dementia and other issues. His sister was his only family, the only one other than the parish priest who ever came to
Hi,
visit.
baby saw.
So he felt her absence keenly.
Baby saw.
By the time his caretakers finally called in a welfare check, his sister had been dead for at least 3 weeks.
Jeez.
It's pretty ghastly, as advanced decomposition tends to be.
Yeah, it really is.
The one thing I can say is at least it's been a cold spring out here. Low temperatures alleviate the stench somewhat. The house is a neat, narrow little 2-story with a slightly overgrown yard and a tiny grove of apple trees out back. nothing out of the ordinary. Inside was another story. Okay, so hold on. Let me make sure I understand the logistics of this right.
My baby son. He's still here.
It was a lady who killed herself, and her older brother was in a nursing home. And when she didn't call, he got afraid after a few weeks, and then called a caretaker, right? I think.
Yeah.
It doesn't say
Well,
who
I
she-
think
It doesn't say who he called.
his
Can we
caretakers.
take in Hunter's room for a minute here? Look at this. Look at all this cool stuff here. His like wallpaper, I think, is the carpet in The Shining in the hotel. He's got that creepy Winnie the Pooh. He's got a creepy thing over here. He's got that dummy from that one Goosebumps. This thing doesn't get as much love as it should. It is like a old-timey computer that he modified to have a hollow interior, and he put like teeth on it and like a mouth and stuff. That is so cool.
Finally called a wellness check.
Okay, so she took her own life. He was the one that got suspicious in a nursing home, and that's where the call comes from. Okay, I see. So she lived alone in a hoarding situation, and that's where she took her own life. Got it. Okay. It's hard to describe bad hoarder situations. Entire rooms are overwhelmed with literal
You guys want
mountains
my hand
of
back?
trash,
There we go.
clothes and stuffed animals, books and papers, cheap gas station figurines, cat litter, dead animals, old electronics. The list is endless, and somehow it all looks the same. Just a morass of garbage and forgotten belongings steadily claiming the house from its human occupant. This lady was no different. Treacherous slopes made from old newspapers and books filled every corner. Christmas trees, stuffed animals, dishes, garbage, pillows, and so much more filled out the rest, claustrophobic, filthy, and foul-smelling. As cleaners, we typically just throw everything away. The filth and biohazard issues make donation impossible. If we find something valuable, jewelry, antiques, and so on, we set it aside for the estate.
Let me pin this.
For the
so
most
people
part, though,
know.
these belongings are worth less than the trash bags we put them in. Again, this lady was no different. It took 2 days to clear a path to the back of the house and 3 days to actually empty out the rooms. It took a full day to clear the stairs, which for some reason were literally coated with dried vegetation and what looked like a metric ton of table salt. According
Salt?
to real estate information, which we always dredge up before entering a home,
Smart.
the second level had 2 bedrooms and an office.
So table salt, right? Salt is an important component in warding off like certain evil spirits and demons and other things like that, right? So,
This is where things suddenly got weird. The bedrooms were immaculately clean, which was impossible. The entire stairwell had been packed floor to ceiling with garbage. There was no way this lady would have been able to clean up here. Even if she'd been climbing through the window every day, the entire situation defied hoarder behavior. Ignoring a sudden case of the creeps, I inspected each bedroom. While thoroughly permeated with the stench of the lady's recently removed corpse, they were utterly spotless. The paint on the walls even glistened. The office was more like it. Stuff from floor to ceiling with dead plants, specimen cases, and paintings. About a dozen taxidermy animals set in a neat row facing the wall. It wasn't as filthy as the downstairs by any means, but it was much more in line with my expectations. Due to the smell, most of the stuff, cool as it was, couldn't be salvaged. There's just no reliable way to get 3 weeks of steadily worsening corpse stench out of household belongings. Even so, I took a good look at most of it. I'm an amateur zoologist, though I was going to be Steve Irwin when I grew up, majored in biology and everything.
rest
So
in
this is
peace
where
to
it
the
gets
goat.
awfully strange. First, the specimen cases. These are the small glass displays, usually around 12 by 12 inches, that people use to pin dead bugs and blossoms, like butterflies and beetles. Now, these things were definitely bugs, but they weren't normal. For example, one was a coppery caterpillar with a flat, almost humanoid face. Pinkish skin, wrinkles, eyelids sinking down into empty sockets and everything. Another was this arachnid thing with a bluish crab-like body and a single desiccated eye peering up from the thorax. Yet another looked underdeveloped, almost fetal. It had wrinkled, sage-colored flesh and long ears that reminded me of a basset hound. At this point, I was pretty sure I'd stumbled on some eccentric lady's
sounds so
collection
cool.
of gag gifts. The taxidermy
Hi,
animals
Khione.
made the
Let's see
joke
on drive
theory a
home.
lot
Okay, how
harder
about
to
on drive
believe.
safe?
The first one I
Drive
saw
safe.
was this tiny, slow-eyed thing with
Who's the
beautiful
goat? I
features
missed that
corrupted
part.
by unnatural proportions. The second was
on
basically
a
a
sec.
giant lacquered anemone with what must have been 1,000 rot-rimmed holes boring through the tentacles.
So the main protagonist that's talking to us right now, right? The guy who's cleaning up this hoarder house, he said he studied like animal biology or something, I think, and he wanted to be like Steve Irwin when he grew up. So I said, rest in peace to the goat.
The worst looked like a person with a frozen, open-mouthed smile that spread to its ears and 5 glassy eyes arching over the lip.
So freaky.
By this point, I felt paranoid, even frightened. This wasn't right. None of this was right. A typical hoarder house on the first floor blocked off from a pristine, empty second floor? And what were these things? Sophisticated fakes? Somebody's forgotten art installation? How did these things get up here? And how are they all so clean? Because I was no longer sure if these items qualified as garbage, I carefully sorted and stacked everything. And I got started on the walls.
I was a bit in the
Paintings
way,
cluttered
so here
every
we
inch,
go.
literally fitting together like puzzle pieces. Most were more or less unremarkable.
That might be a bit
yet
much.
cool looking.
Hold on.
Lots of surreal landscapes and stylized creatures, which are catnip to my fantasy-loving self. But one painting in
Yes,
particular
fantasy
trapped my attention and wouldn't
lover.
let it go.
True.
About 7 feet tall and maybe 3 feet wide, it dominated the room, rendered in
Wait, 7 feet tall. So it's as tall as me. 3 feet wide, though.
100 shades of green and black and gray. It depicted a misty,
Steve Irwin, rest
primeval
in peace.
forest drenched
He's
in
a
moonlight.
national treasure in Australia and
Luminescent
States.
flowers
Yeah.
sprouted along appraised tangles of tree roots. A tall, forbidding figure peered through the trees, half cloaked in soft darkness. No features, but the suggestion of strength was clear in its broad shoulders and long, sinewy limbs. A curtain of hair reflected the moonlight. I couldn't discern the color. The shadows were too deep. The lines and hues of the figure too indistinct to even begin to guess. After a few minutes, I realized all the hair on my arms was standing on end.
Don't miss the crocodile
With
hunter.
a
Yeah,
huge,
he was
cathartic
lovely.
shudder, I spun around and pretended to survey the room, or rather, pretended I wasn't afraid.
Aw.
As I stood there trying to mentally reset, a draft swept the room. Wet, cool, almost inviting, and after the endless odor of human rot, beautifully sweet. Trying to remember when I'd opened the window, I turned. For a long, mesmerizing minute, I couldn't understand what I was seeing. That enormous painting had come to life.
Dun, dun, dun.
Tendrils of strange leaves swayed in that chilly, fresh wind. The glowing flowers bobbed, flattening slightly against the roots as the wind buffeted them. Somewhere deep in that earthly landscape, a high, tonal song sounded. Wordless and open-throated, I imagined it echoing off icy peaks and down below in low,
This is what I
swampy
sound like
valleys.
in my actual
It made me
voice.
think
Just
of
kidding.
forests, mountains, wild rivers, and endless plains. The only thing I couldn't picture was the creature singing the song.
His kids are continuing his
figure stood
legacy. His
silently.
legacy. That's awesome.
Only its hair moved, rippling in the wind like a banner. Then it took a long, sure-footed step forward. Moonlight glanced off its face, illuminating an impossible sharp cheekbone and a dark, cavernous eye. I bolted.
This one's the
I tripped down the stairs, falling flat on my face at the landing, then scrabbled up and ran out of the house. I don't even think I locked the door. I know I shouldn't go back. I don't know what that thing in the painting is.
It's a friend.
Honestly, I'm not even convinced it's real.
Oh, it's real.
But the thing is,
Probably.
I want to go back.
Yes.
Not because I'm fearless, far, far from it, but because I want to know more.
Yes.
I'm not the only one, am I? I mean, how do you look at this stuff and not ask what, why, or how?
Yes.
How do you not want to cross the threshold into the painting and see what's there?
Yes.
I don't know.
The
Part of me
explorer
definitely
spirit.
wants to call in sick for the next month, but part of me wants to go back.
Go back.
Maybe
go
even
back,
tonight.
Go back.
Like
go
I said, I
back.
don't think I locked the door. I won't necessarily go upstairs or anything. I'd just be making sure the place is secure. Before I go, if I go at all, has anyone encountered something like this? Does any of those taxidermy creatures ring a bell? I know it's a shot
Not
in the
that I
dark, but
know.
if you have any ideas,
Hello.
I'd like to hear
Hello,
them.
Vaporous.
End of
Welcome
part
in.
1. You know what's the
We're
scariest part of
listening
the
to a
story,
spooky
Isaiah?
story.
What?
This is eerily similar to a story, like to a experience I had when I was a child. When I was a kid, I had this Mark McGuire Got Milk poster on my door, and I could have swore one day he like flexed and winked at me, and it scared the fuck out of me. And I had to have my mom come in and take the poster off my wall, off the back of my door.
Papa Meat has so
And it makes
many
me think of
funny
that.
little stories he tells.
What?
You had a Mark McGuire poster?
Yeah, like Got Milk poster.
Mark
remember the Got
McGuire,
Milk
You
campaign?
guys familiar
player?
with this?
Yeah.
Why were you a big baseball kid?
Oh yeah, I still love baseball.
Okay.
Sports boy.
So
Sports
so
ball.
he had a Got Milk picture.
You have to see this. I'm looking. You have to look at this deal. Mark McGuire for
Got Milk.
youngins out there.
Hold on, I see it. Yeah, with the baseball bat.
Yes, this was literally on the back of my door, and I could have swore one day he
Well, he's already flexing in the picture.
Yes. Well, no. Well, barely. I mean, I'm saying
He
that motherfucker
flexed more.
He let the guns really sing, right? Is what I mean.
The guns really
and I thought he
sing.
winked at me.
Uh-oh.
Like he like smirked and he winked at
Okay.
me. I freaked out, and I had my mom come in, and she had to take the poster off my. Take the poster off my door. So when he's like, "Oh, the painting came to life," I was like, "This is if Mark McGuire steps back from behind this tree, and he has a baseball bat, and he crawls through." I'm like, you know how fucking horrifying that'd be. Or even if it's like, yeah, there's a Got Milk poster, and then Mark McGuire crawls through that. Basically, just I'm wanting the antagonist of the story, or I'm gonna just picture the antagonist being Mark McGuire. I guess is what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay, so I was gonna say I really like the writing style.
Yeah, the
It's
rain
great.
style is
This
lovely.
is great. And to get off
It's
the
so
Mark McGuire
good.
thing, I apologize. I thought I'm brain dead. I don't know what I'm supposed to tell you. When people go into doing these cleaning things too, I'm surprised. Isn't there usually like a team, or is it literally like it's just like a one person thing
Sounds
who
like
goes
something
in
from
and
the
does it?
hippie museum.
Most
yeah.
videos. So like I'll see. There's like TikToks.
Yeah, 'cause I've seen some of
TikTokers
those
who are,
too.
like crime scene cleaners and stuff.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
normally a team or companies do it. I think. And
Yeah.
like they work with the locals, like county
little
or whatever. and the
third-party
county
company or
hires them to
something?
do it. Yeah,
Yeah.
to come in and do the cleanup jobs after the investigation's done. And a lot of the time, I think it's always multiple people on site. But I mean, maybe there's ones where it's just like one guy, for all I know.
Just curious, because I'm wondering if it's like relative to the size of the house, he could just be there alone. I'm curious in the story if he's going to have people show up with him to be like, "Oh, I need you to help me," and if that's going to be a way that you get other people involved. But I kind of like the idea of like the way that this is set up of going in.
There we go.
He's kind of desensitized to like a lot of the stuff that you see, like all the dead bodies, blood, or not dead bodies, but like the blood smears and all that kind of stuff, or even just like crazy houses. So he's kind of desensitized to it. And then like just these little vignettes of like bugs behind glass are just there. And it's just like, what the fuck? Which they must have been extremely vibrant and weird to catch his eye. Cause that was one thing I'm like, you know how hard it would be in a cluster of stuff to be fixated on that one thing.
Well, the
Especially the bugs.
room those bugs were in, though, was super duper clean, right? So it was easy to get fixated on them.
Yeah, like there's all these things. Well, I mean, they are like it's describing blue spiders with eyes on them and like faces on caterpillars. At first they sound like he said taxidermy jokes, but now with the painting, maybe it's something. Maybe these paintings are like gateways to some other place. The description of the painting itself was really cool too. This giant figure in the dark woods,
Cheeky bone.
that's
like,
pretty
deep eyes.
I also love how uncanny it is to have like. Have you ever been in a hoarder's house? Like how rough they can be.
Not like actually in person, but I've seen plenty of like it's such a fascinating subject.
Yeah.
People basically creating like literal labyrinths in their house with garbage. It's crazy.
And they're so ingrained to the walls and floor. It's like they're a part of it. And to have that level of rot and then just the top floors pristine, that's pretty creepy.
Yeah.
That's a cool juxtaposition.
It's like,
Yeah. And I
why
liked
is
that
this so
I think
clean?
another visual I really liked from that first part was just the idea of like the Tetris kind of paintings. Like you can't see the wall at all. They've been perfectly kind of like put together in this like clusterfuck mirage of images. Pretty fun. And also, it's a huge painting, by the way. 7 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good God.
That's as big as
massive.
me.
Well, it's
That's
probably,
huge.
again, if it's like a gateway, you can probably step into it.
Well, yeah,
If he was
not
to walk
step
into
in
it
and things easily step out of.
Let's have a
Step
little commentary.
out.
Get back to the
Probably
story a
the
little.
stuff that she's
So,
had text.
what you guys are going to have to deal with them, or get used to, not deal with. Something you're gonna have to get used to is their commentary. This is just what they do. They have commentary, and then there's the story. So yeah.
There was
Just
this
take some
short
getting used
story
to
I
for some of
wrote,
you, maybe.
I think in college. It was called Ozymandias because I was very cool and edgy.
Edgy boy.
But it was about this woman who, like, it was an old lady that everyone in the community liked, but she had a hoarding issue. And, like, no one knew it, not even her daughter. Until one day her daughter sends her kid, so the woman's grandkid.
Okay, gotcha.
to come
Yeah,
stay
this
with
is
her
just
for
how
a
they do
weekend,
things.
And then the grandmother wakes up one day and can't find him, so they have a huge search. Eventually, the daughter comes over to the house, finds out that her mom's a huge hoarder, reports her to the police. The police search the house and find that the kid had been crushed under a pile of trash that had
That's so
fallen over on him.
sad.
Yeah.
That's what killed him. So, I was very happy and normal.
Yeah. I was just saying, this was one of my feel good stories.
Yeah. This is one of those little slice of life things.
I liked this setup too, Isaiah, because you have like a surrealist nightmare thing, which it's setting up to me, which I don't know if we're getting, not to get too off topic here or anything, or not off topic, but veer too heavily into like speculation.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of going into someone's house. They're clearly mentally not well because they're just like, they're hoarder. To then you set up this catalyst of like this surrealist painting thing of something coming through that could have been the start of this person's insanity, or basically having them. This is like the reason why. I like that.
Right.
Like, and will this affect our narrator moving forward in his own? You know what I mean? Like, will it drive him fucking crazy too?
It's a great part one. It's a very good part one.
Also short and punchy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, with that, let's get into part 2.
Part 2. Huzzah.
I want to take a quick break to thank today's.
Nope, no sponsors. No. Let's get to part 2. They do their ad break. Here we go.
Thank you. The smell of human rot still clung to everything like invisible fungus. But other than that, it was starting to look all right. The carpet still had to come up, but everything else on the first floor was done. I wasn't brave enough to go into the taxidermy room by myself. I did, however, check out the preternaturally clean bedrooms. First was a spotless, impersonal, and unremarkable as I remembered. More like a hotel room than a bedroom.
Maybe it was a guest room.
The second had
Possibly.
a dirty plate on the bedspread and a crusty old coat crumbled on the floor. Someone had broken into the house last night, all because I'd been too chicken shit to go back and
Oh
lock the door.
no, I didn't lock the
Heart
door.
pounding, I checked the closet and under the bed. Nothing. Then I prodded the coat. It looked big enough to cover a person, a massive pile of brown fur encrusted with dark dirt, handfuls of tender green shoots sprouted along the shoulders and back. I plucked one, feeling a mixture of curiosity, confusion, and inexplicable paranoia.
So T says, why can't these people say the ad for before or after this? So the reason they put it right in the middle is so it's noticeable, I guess. Because if they put it at the beginning of the video, people are going to click off the video and not want to deal with it. They put it at the end of the people, or the end of the people, the end of the people. I did it again. They put it at the end of the video. No one's going to watch it. So in the middle is like a nice, quote unquote, nice middle ground. So guest room for when the man steps out of the painting. Yeah, the spooky boy in the painting. It's his guest room. He's like, oh yes, thank you so much for preparing this for me.
Then I looked at the plate. Crumbles of dirt and greenery mixed with what looked like sticks, all overlaid with an odd gossamer shimmer.
Oh, maybe this is his. Maybe you guys are right.
And almost
Maybe you're
immediately
right,
reared
Anon.
back. Long, dark spider legs and tiny, translucent bug wings.
He saw that
Shuddering,
on the
I
plate.
swept through the. I think this is saying on the plate, yeah, out of the dirt.
Weird.
Out of all the
Okay.
green on it, yeah.
Which I'm assuming that has to be some of the bugs that were in the case, right?
I would think so. Yeah. Shuddering, I swept through the house for intruders. I even peeked into the taxidermy
Making
room.
sure it's on the
found no one.
highest.
The
thingy.
isolation and general weirdness got overwhelming really fast, so I went outside and waited. My boss, let's call him Kurt, pulled up around 7. When he saw the taxidermy animals, his exact words were,
Just fake freak show shit. The lady used to work for a circus. Guess you found her mementos.
Are we
he
sure
looked the
about
giant
that?
hole-filled anemone up and down with a grimace.
Real nice. Anyway, you're right. We need an appraiser. What about the other rooms up here? They have beds and dressers.
I hesitated, but didn't mention the sprouted coat or spider legs. I'm not sure why. I know it was dishonest.
Gotcha.
He stepped towards the door, already set to leave.
I'll make some calls. That way we can be sure we aren't throwing away anything her brother's going to want. After that, we
Cut off, frowning, just as painfully cold breeze knifed through the room.
Why is it so cold in here?
Glanced at the painting involuntarily. Kurt tracked my gaze and froze. Long, fern-like leaves swayed in the damp wind.
Nope.
Hazy moonlight filtered through thin ribbons of clouds, reflecting off a pristine scrim of snow that most certainly hadn't been there yesterday. Dead knots of flower vines clustered around icy tree roots.
It was like
further
spring
testament to the
before. Now it
senseless
sounds like
passage
it's
of time
winter.
within. I like that paragraph, by the way, because it doesn't describe it as a painting anymore. It's just like describing looking out a window and seeing something.
Yeah.
Well, I also like that there's a season change too.
Season change.
Now
Yeah.
Like there has been a passage of time through that window.
There's snow now.
Yeah. Pretty sweet.
Kurt approached the painting with the same care and stance one might use on a growling pit bull. I wanted to stop him, but didn't quite dare. Not like I could do anything, anyway. I'm built like Frodo Baggins, and he's basically Geralt of Rivia, except clean. He tapped the picture frame experimentally, and reached inside. The ambient light from the snow reflected off the hazmat suit, turning it an almost angelic white.
So cold. Did you know about this? Yeah.
He frowned, studying the feathery leaves of the trees.
For future reference, this is not the kind of shit you should sit on for 12 hours.
Pulled his
Well,
arm
what
back,
were they gonna
forcefully running
say?
some heat back into
Who
it.
would believe this?
And he turned and beelined for the door. A terminal case of the creeps overtook me the second he crossed the threshold, so I hurried after him. To my mingled dismay and excitement, Kurt decided we were going to explore. We pulled ropes, pulleys, and harnesses out of the van and got to work. I did tell him about the figure I'd seen yesterday. Rather than fear or trepidation, wild, almost feverish excitement lit his face.
So there are people in there.
This guy, Kurt, is
Maybe?
way too...
No,
just
Kurt
wanna
is
say,
Either
great.
He knows something.
I think
He's
he's got to know something, right?
great. Or maybe he
it's
does.
so casual. To just be like, okay, well, this painting is kind of a magical. It's like not fucking Narnia, bro. I mean, wouldn't you'd be like, fuck, freak. I mean, I'd be freaking out. I'd be like, fuck this.
I'd be like, ooh, I'm used to this.
Yeah, like a satyr comes out.
This is normal for me.
Or whatever. There's no way. I would be
He's
gone.
like, come on, dude. He said we got to kill the queen. Like,
He
what-
said,
what are we
No,
doing?
we have to slay the
4-foot
princess
tall
apparently,
dwarf
but not
satyr
doing
said
that
We have
today.
to kill the queen. I mean, we gotta go.
Every
We have
time
to
I
eat
see that
Turkish delights
stain
for
on his
6
floor, I'm
bucks.
like, oh,
Yeah, he's got no
That
sense.
looks
It's
like a
also insane that our
hole.
writer isn't more freaked out by it. But
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah. I mean,
I
can
mean,
understand
they've
that
seen a
mild
lot of
curi-
weird
like,
shit. They're a crime
being
scene
like,
cleaner.
Did I really see that in the
but-
first one to where you can kind of shrug it off? But now
Yeah,
that
that
it's
was
so
Some people just
abundantly
kinda go
clear
dumb.
that it's real, I feel like I would be a bit. These are just the chillest people we've ever read.
I don't know. Some people are just chill.
Okay, I guess that's just what it is. Cool.
Another ghost portal. I'll get the pulleys, I guess. We'll
Yep,
see.
yep, let's go. Let's go. Adventure.
Do you think that they're writing it this way though too, because they're constantly
Adventure.
surrounded by death and this kind of like extremities, right?
Yeah,
Everything they
it's so
Potentially,
different.
But even if you're surrounded by death, I feel
From
like a
everything
portal
else.
to Narnia would still
I
be
mean,
kind of
I agree.
surprising.
I guess so.
Listen,
Yeah, it's very
I'm right there
different.
with you. I just
than
think
a
I wonder
corpse.
if it's just the explanation is like, well, they're around hoarder houses, like death scenes and they see all kinds of crazy shit to where
Right.
they would see this and be like, okay, well that is odd. I mean, I still think it's absurd.
It's as big as me.
It's like if
Oh,
a fucking
there's a
wizard
baby
stepped out and he's
coming.
just like,
Which
hey,
baby
you
is
have to come
that?
with me. Would they even remotely react, or would they kind of just like,
coming to see us a lot today.
well, I guess that's what it is.
Are
What
you
it is.
lonely, sweetheart? Hi. Come here, baby son. Come here, baby son.
I mean, maybe. I feel like. Well, we'll see. We'll see. I don't want to.
Baby son.
We harnessed up and anchored the rope as if preparing for a descent rather than a simple walk.
December.
Of course, he went in first. Which I will.
I saw.
Not to
Oh, he's on my
derail and
desk.
once again bring up House of Leaves, but in House of Leaves,
Windigoon always
when a door
brings up
randomly
House of
appears,
Leaves.
they
It
spend,
sounds
like,
really
weeks and
cool,
months, like,
so I don't
talking it
blame
over,
him.
Talking about if they should contact universities, what what this means, trying to look at it from like physics angles and stuff, and then they decide to go inside.
Yeah.
There's like a weight given to what's being seen. But again, that maybe Kurt knows something. We'll see.
You mean in House of Leaves, the Kurt just doesn't. There isn't a Kurt character who's just like, hey, by the way, maybe you don't sit on this one over. Maybe you don't sleep on it. All right.
Maybe you
let's
don't
get the,
do that.
Let's get the hooks and bungee cords and
He's
jump in
right
this
here
thing.
being so cute.
The
Hello.
closest there
He's on my
is to
desk before I
that
started
in
stream
House of
too.
Leaves is there's a guy named Holloway.
Hi. Oh, he
who-
bonked the
It's an
mic.
interesting dynamic because
There he
the
is.
protagonist, Will Navidson, used to be a war photographer, and Holloway was kind of like his competition. Like the two of them would go on these big like excursions and run into each other and kind of had this friendly competition. But then Will gets married, and his wife asked him to stop putting himself in dangerous situations. So when Will's like, I'm not going to go into this room, but I know
Look,
someone
he's
who
back.
can, and contacts Holloway,
back
there
to
is a little
nuzzle the
bit of that
mic.
from Holloway to be like, well, let's just go
There
in
he
already.
is.
Like, it's right there. Why aren't we investigating it? We've got to go in.
There he is.
Which leads to like future conflicts between the two. But there's kind of like that, but it's in there's so much
Does that baby like
reference
boops?
given
Let
to
me
that
see.
moment of
Sanji?
Holloway saying, let's just do it,
Sansa?
that it feels
Sansa?
natural versus
Baby
maybe
Sansa?
next time, don't wait
Sansa?
12 hours, you know?
Yeah. No, I see what you're saying.
Oh, I tried to boop him and he just
Okay, I'm
headbutted
not
my
gonna do
hand.
the story's
Baby
cool
Sansa.
so far. I'm not going to
Yeah.
do the
No,
voice.
I still.
Oh, he
I'm
nuzzled
curious
me.
to see what's going on in the painting.
Yeah. I watched.
So I guess the
part of
answer
my
is
throat as
yes?
that silvery, wraith-like light washed over him. His tree branches cast spidery
sounds so
shadows
beautiful.
that played over his form like living things. Eyes crunched under every
He's
careful
settling
step.
down.
He grew confident
He's
quickly and kept
settling down.
moving, growing steadily smaller until he disappeared into the trees. That's a fun visual, like a painting watching someone walk like into the horizon. You know,
That's pretty cool.
by the time the rope pulled taut, he'd been inside the painting at least 5 minutes. I strained to
5
hear,
minutes.
except for the gentle rustling of the wind. Everything was silent.
Oh,
A breath I hadn't even
oh, maybe
realized
so.
I'd
I was
been holding
watching
whooshed
too.
out
He's
of me.
looking at my left monitor.
Several minutes later, Kurt's form finally came back into view.
My microphone's in the way of
Jarringly
you guys.
anachronistic and terribly small against the primeval backdrop. The towering forest spilled into a field of boulders, almost eclipsing him. The trees and enormous
baby
tangled
Sai is
roots
so
in the
comfy.
foreground framed the landscape strangely,
Sai,
bathed in that
Sai.
cold, hazy moonlight. It all looked like something out of a fever dream.
Sai. Call
Excitement
him Sai
coursed through me,
sometimes.
overtaking my
Sai.
fear. I could barely wait for him to get back. I waited to go in there more than I'd wanted anything in my life. I wanted to go in there more than I'd wanted anything in my life.
Oh, he repeated.
He finally emerged,
It happens
shivering, and
sometimes.
immediately reached for a water bottle. Mud, leaves, and a delicate webbing of moss coated his gloves.
It's cold in there. Can't believe how fucking cold. I can't believe it's fucking real.
Clipped my harness in, and we switched places. The second I stepped across the frame, I gasped. The chill was so powerfully shocking,
To
it
turn
felt
my
like I'd been punched.
keyboard
I tried catching my
sideways.
breath, but the stunning alien beauty of the scenery made it impossible. Everything was so much faster inside. The boulders in the near distance were at least the size of houses. Trees easily 10 times my height towered on all sides. Enormous nets of moss hung from the branches, drifting dreamily in the wind.
Abaddon says, I've been in a few hoarder houses before. Sometimes there's a relatively clean room for company. Never seen it hidden upstairs. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
The thought of entering the ancient forest made me shudder.
Ancient
so I veered to the right
forest.
instead.
Ancient forest.
Snowy landscape extended
Snowy
several
landscape.
hundred yards, terminating in what looked like a ridge. I walked briskly, trying to ignore a highly uncomfortable.
Sorry I don't have more
unnerving
commentary today,
sensation.
guys. Like I said,
Felt
the
like my
series not
muscles
feeling
weren't
great.
contracting correctly.
So we're doing our
It's
best.
hard to explain, but you know how whenever you breathe or take a step, everything contracts, then expands? It's like I was
Oh,
stuck in that
question
expanded state. Like my body couldn't
Question
tighten up
mark?
again, leaving everything unnaturally loose. Wind strengthened dangerously as I trumped towards the ridge. The snow seemed odd, possibly refrozen, crunchy, thin, and deceptively slippery. I moved carefully, steering clear of crystalline rocks and the occasional struggling sprig of greenery. I searched the sky for stars, but the dreamy haze created by the moon reflecting off gauzy clouds obliterated whatever constellations there might have been. Steadfastly ignoring the unsettlingly boneless quality of my movements,
Boneless
I made it to the ridge.
movements.
Straight down a
I
sheer,
love
rocky slope, glittering with
boneless.
ice and deep blue veins of crystals in a
I'd
dark
like a
valley.
boneless pizza, please.
Nestled in the center were labyrinth ruins, dominated by a looming black pyramid.
Black Pyramid!
Arranged in weathered steps,
Pyramid.
it looks both inexpressibly ancient and eerily futuristic. The side facing me reflected the sky like a hallucinatory collection of enormous silver mirrors. The rest of it was indistinct shadow. It looked alive somehow, like sentient darkness masking itself in a facade of light. At the very top of the pyramid stood a tall, thin figure, face turned to the sky.
Did they mention finding the
Blonde hair
homeowner's
whipped
body? I
wildly
think
in the
so,
wind,
yeah.
bright and
Or
filled
did
with
she enter the
clouds
painting too
overhead.
and went on an isekai adventure?
A heavy gust of
You
wind
know
shrieked
what?
past, buffeting me
I think they
dangerously
did
close
find
to the
her
edge.
body, but if not,
I turned
possibly.
sharply and hunched down, hurrying back to the house. Temperatures dropped as the winds grew, and soon enough I was shaking. Ice and moon and bright snow mingled together, creating a glistening, dreamy atmosphere. Tree branches groaned.
Was it
the
through
wind
on
tore
your
their delicate
headphones?
nets of moss
Nice,
away.
nice, nice.
Somewhere in the distance,
Yeah,
opposite the pyramid,
this is
a
good with
strange,
headphones.
A tonal song echoed.
For all the sound
My
effects
bones
and
muscles
stuff they
felt looser
do
than
on
ever.
the story.
The vibrations from that voice coursed painfully through my body, and for a few delirious moments, I was afraid the frequency would rupture my insides. Finally, the warm, mundane glow of the taxidermy room appeared among the trees. I caught a glimpse of Kurt's face peering around the edge, and I rushed inside. After the bitter chill of the painting, the room felt dangerously, oppressively hot.
What did you see?
I described the pyramid as best I could, as well as a slender, long-haired giant gazing at the clouds.
What about the thing making the sound?
The song continued to echo in the distance, brimming with emotion I felt too insignificant to comprehend.
Did you see it? No.
Kurt started pacing, all the while staring nervously at the painting all the while.
Have you put all these things on the manifest? Yeah. Redo it. Take it all off.
What?
Kurt, what? What's your solution? Do you really want to put this shit up for auction? Don't know about you, but I don't want to end up shot by a fucking Men in Black or something.
Paused and took a deep, shaky breath.
That's a taxidermy,
Tell
Khione.
you what, I'll take care of the manifest.
I have mixed
That way
feelings
nothing's on
on
you.
it, honestly.
All you have to do is...
I'm not so
just
sure that
keep
I
your mouth
like
shut.
it, but I understand why
We're
it's
done
a
with this house in a
thing.
couple days. You don't have to worry about it anymore.
Panic and anger exploded.
Remember the video with someone
No, you...
buying gas from a
don't
pump
get to
and it
take
said
it.
homeless
His eyebrows
chicken?
crawled all the way
What?
up to his hair. My insides instantly withered, but I held my ground. I found this painting. I could have stolen the damn
Yeah,
thing,
it's the
and he wouldn't have
Protex
been any the
painting.
wiser.
Yup, he
He
wouldn't
didn't
have
get
even
stole from
known.
me. Kurt's expression smoothed, and to my surprise, I saw a hint of relief.
Not like I want to do it alone, kiddo. You looked scared there for a minute. Thought you didn't want anything to do with it, that's all. Well, I do. Good.
He
The
peeled his
cat
gloves
drone,
off and
that was way
absently
too
scratched his
much.
palms.
Yeah, that was
We'll leave
too
it here
much
till
for
we clear
me.
out on Thursday. Give ourselves some time to figure out what to do with it. Sound good?
But everybody, like,
I
that was
answered
his
because there was nothing else
pet,
to
wasn't it? I guess everybody
spent the
honors
rest of
the
day
dead
pulling
in
up
their
the
own
carpets
ways, but I
downstairs.
think that's
He wasn't scheduled to help
a
me
bit
today, but
much.
he understandably wants the house clear as soon as possible. I'm not complaining. At this point, it looks like I'll be getting paid to explore an alien world. Kurt cut the day short
Huzzah!
after developing a pretty ugly allergic reaction to the filth under the carpet.
Oh,
Even with the hazmat suit, he ended up with huge hives spreading from his fingers all the way to his elbows. I wanted to stay and finish it, but he didn't want me alone with the painting. It's fair enough, I think. On the way out, I asked to spread fresh salts along the stairs and sheepishly told him why. He made fun of me for believing superstitious bullshit, but let me do it.
that explains the salt.
Honestly, I'm
Oh,
glad.
there you go.
Do what?
I just said, okay. It's like you went into a fucking painting world.
Worse
it's
than being
like,
chased
you
by
wanna put your
birds.
precious
Yeah, it
salt down.
would.
It's like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, is
You know what I mean? Is that kind of weird?
yeah.
Yeah, you saw the 7
Look.
foot tall thin guy that was echoing and it made your bones feel loose. Yeah, go ahead and put your salt down there. It's like, okay, man. All right,
I
Kurt,
don't think
cool.
the salt's gonna do much.
Oh, what? You believe in ghosts or something? But this guy believes in angels too. What a loser.
Ah, believes in
an idiot.
angels. I'm right here.
This
Hi.
guy's an idiot.
Oh.
Anyways,
Do
I'm
you
gonna
hear
crawl back through that painting where my bones feel like marshmallows. I'll be right back.
Surprise, I'm real.
Do you hear that? Unspeakable paint demon? This guy believes in
Unspeakable
ghosts.
paint
Yeah, exactly.
demon.
Silly
Like-
man.
Yeah, all right. Salt circle it is.
That's a funny kind of guy who like sees something supernatural and he's like, what do you want me to do? Let's go in. And he's immediately like exploring. But then he hears about something that's like adjacent, if not more believable. And he's like, okay, you believe in spirits.
Dude, you believe in anything, don't you?
As he's crawling through a painting. Anyway.
Yeah, he's yelling.
How do
this
you
from
guys
the
feel about like
painting world.
quote unquote supernatural
Honestly,
stuff
I'm
and
glad
ghosts?
Kurt knows, and I'm relieved he's taking the lead. Oh, hold on, before I read that line, it reminds me of like in that TV show Supernatural.
Supernatural.
I feel like
That's pretty
I remember
good.
there being some conversation early on. Keep in mind the show's about like vampire hunters and demon hunters and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
Someone called
they've
for
been
a
fighting
demon.
demons for seasons. And then I think there was a conversation where one of them around season 3 is like, "What? You don't believe in angels, do you?" It's like, yes.
Yeah,
What?
by this time,
where
yeah,
do you
I
think
do.
the other ones came from?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm glad.
that
Kurt
your response to
knows, and I'm
Ghost? I
relieved
see.
He's taking the lead. Having someone else in charge.
Despite
makes
being
this
an
less
angel, I'm a
frightening and
huge
more exhilarating.
skeptic.
I'm scared. Don't get me wrong. For the first time in my life,
And that's why,
can't wait to
because,
see what
like,
happens tomorrow.
Vampire Hunters
I mean, I can
Dean.
understand
End
being
of
like
part
it's-
2.
I can understand it being like something where it's like
I
this is
saw
crazy.
like a few
and I'm like, there's a bit of a retro looking at
seasons
it, but
of
at what point
Supernatural.
they
That's pretty
actually-
good.
do
I
they-
didn't see
like,
all
I
of
know
it
he's saying,
though.
Listen,
I think it's more
scared.
nebulous than
Are you?
continuous
You
thought.
kinda like,
Yeah,
I mean, like,
possibly.
just because you say you're scared, you're doing everything in your power to not show that
I'm
you're
a
scared
complete
at all.
skeptic.
I wanna know what
Me
needs
too.
to
I have it on me
happen
too.
for them to
I'll
actually be
doubt
like,
my own
okay,
experience
yeah,
before
maybe we
accepting
call-
the supernatural.
maybe
Yeah,
we
same.
Call quits on the painting, Kurt.
Same.
They come to the house
Because
the
it's
next day,
like,
there's like a
I know
20-foot,
I'm real
like,
because I'm right
face in the
here,
window,
but
and
it's like,
all right, Kurt.
and I've
maybe
encountered
we
stuff
leave
like
this one
that
to the
on
auction
other
house.
like planets and stuff.
Did you forget to cover the
In other
painting again?
dimensions,
'Cause there's a
so
12-foot
yeah,
tall troll
it has to
walking
be
around the
very
backyard.
clear to me for me to be
I
like,
do
all right,
like
there's
the,
a ghost.
The
you know?
weird, like the visual of the
Vampire
labyrinth, and there's like a black
grunter.
pyramid. Just kind of a weird, like sci-fi fantasy. It makes me think of like a old magic card art or something. You know, like weird retro sci-fi art, high fantasy sci-fi art shit.
Squeaky
to where
chair.
then you have like this weird nomadic, like
Squeaky
fucking
chair.
wizard on top who's just like singing.
Nomadic was.
And make sure like basically your muscles are unable to
Whose
was it
aliens are
contract? Is that what it was?
bitches.
I know they're loose. But yeah, just kind of
Yeah, how
weird.
do you guys
That-
feel about
that person has to be
aliens?
the one that he saw.
I mean,
day
the
prior,
your
correct?
guys' universe is way too big for there
Yes.
not
Yeah.
to be other
And also,
life,
let's
but
keep in mind that this
I don't think it's
person
going to be in the way
looks
you
like
guys think. You know,
famous baseball player Mark.
I
McGwire.
definitely don't think they're
I
visiting Earth.
legitimately-
I don't
when-
think that's
when
been
I'm reading
happening.
this,
and
I'm
they
telling you
definitely
right
didn't
now,
make
it's
the
not even
fucking
a
pyramids.
conscious
Give your
effort
guys, you
anymore.
guys need to give your
When he's
species
like-
more
I
credit.
saw him on
Damn.
top of the Black Pyramid. I legitimately saw the sleeveless Mark McGwire guy. He still has the milk mustache, and he has the baseball bat on his shoulder. And I'm like, is that not actually just fucking horrifying? Thinking that Mark McGuire's in this painting. That's where he's been.
Yep, that's where he's been. He's been waiting for you, Hunter, and now he's here.
All right, you're starting to scare me. We don't need to. Don't need to.
They
bring in
also
Mark
like to
McGwire.
mess
What
with
does
each other a
what's
lot.
Mark McGwire sound like? Hey y'all.
Hey,
It's
how
like
you
a
doing?
baseball
I'm Mark
player voice.
McGwire.
Hey, Mark McGwire here.
I didn't think-
You're just gonna
I didn't take
you're just gonna
steroids.
be chilling out, and then in that little like window behind you, it's just, hey kids, Mark
Hey.
McGwire here.
Hey kids, you want to do some steroids with me? This is a hypodermic needle.
No.
Did he do steroids?
Chase says,
or are
I've
you
seen
just saying
vampires,
that
werewolves,
because
zombies,
he's a
ghosts, and other
baseball
mythical
player?
creatures. It just doesn't phase me anymore.
There is
Ah, okay.
there is no fathomable
I mean,
way
I'm good
that
friends
Mark
with a
McGwire
vampire,
did not
so-
do steroids. Mark
Good
McGwire
things on
was
our own,
possibly
good old
the king of
reliable sleep.
steroids
Wait,
at the
what?
time. Hey kids,
You mean
so
like
if you keep doing this,
necromancy?
your
What
heart's
are you
gonna
talking about?
explode. Listen to me, Mark.
I thought it was the milk.
Or you mean horrors of
exactly.
humanity where
Drink this milk
you guys
and also
enslave
here's
each
7
other? Is that what
cc's
you
of,
mean?
bull testosterone. Give me your arm.
All right. So anyway,
That'd be kind
Anyway.
of a scary monster, though, huh? Somebody that forcibly gives you steroids. You just get bigger.
Yeah,
and bigger.
that would be
I never
freaky.
wanted- you're like, you're super fucking jacked. I never wanted to be this big. But Mark McGwire keeps sneaking into my house and
isn't that
Force me to
your
take it.
Sam's? Isn't that your Sam Sulek cartoon?
just a little bit. But the whole thing is that Sam just
So
touches you and
Hunter,
your bu-
which
and your
is
fucking
Papa
muscles
Meat
get
right
huge.
there, he
That's true.
Yeah, this is like
He
him
like,
actually sneaking in and being like,
has a
"Just
lot of
hey,
like
Dennis." There's like
he
one
makes
kid.
a lot of like cartoon things,
He's like in his
like his
like in the shadow of
animations
his room.
and stuff,
Dennis, it's me, Mark.
and it's always really
Yeah.
freaky looking.
I just got back from Tijuana and I have a bunch of bull testosterone. Just wanted to make sure I came by and gave you your fix. No, I'm good. Yeah, he's like, no, come on. You made that pact when you were younger, right? He's like, I'm 4. Yeah, come on, let's do it.
Oh, no.
That kind of thing. That's a horror film. That's like a horror story right there. Old baseball players that did steroids back in the day are
Baby Saw's
trying to
still
get little
here
kids
on
to
my
do steroids
desk.
so it becomes normalized, so
He's
that like
still
it fixes their reputation as players. Try to tell me that's
He's
not a
so
good idea for a story.
cute.
That would be an idea, certainly.
Sitting there and he's just
It
like,
would be an idea.
I don't really know Mark McGuire if I want to do that. Come on, man. Who are you? Barry Bonds steps out of the shadows. Come on, kid. Just a couple cc's.
Sometimes I don't
cc's
get
of bull
half the
testosterone.
references
You're
Connor
really good at
makes.
scenarios of like adult men like trying to coerce.
See, some of his animation's not my
young
cup of tea.
men
Yeah,
into
not really my
doing
cup of
steroids
tea
for
either,
things. Is this,
honestly.
like, related to anything? that
His name
you
is
had
Hunter, is
growing
also
up?
Meat Canyon.
Anything you want to say
Hunter's
about
like his actual
legitimately
name.
the
Meat
nightmare.
Canyon is his
When I'm
one
telling you,
channel
I had to
name, and he has another channel called Papa Meat. I think they're beautiful.
Is I because
That's fine. Yeah, everybody has different tastes.
So look at it. And
Why
That's
did
totally
you
fine.
have it there
He's
in the
at
first
least
place?
one thing we can agree on is he's a great artist.
Tons of home runs.
He's great at that
player,
style.
great hitter.
Like,
so I was like sitting there,
he's
but
very
then
good
it's just
artist.
him with his arm out, and I
And
just kept,
but
like,
is it
looking
for
at
everyone?
you
No,
know,
and
like
that's
the little
okay.
Kid in The Shining, he's like sits there and his Danny, he like his eyes are open and he like shakes when he's like using the Shining ability. It was like that, except it was me.
I've still
thinking,
never
like,
seen
Mark
that
McGuire
movie.
was
It's
gonna
like a
crawl through the fucking
famous
poster, like,
horror movie, and I've never seen it.
this is a hyper.
But I also don't watch a whole lot of movies, so.
You know,
Yeah, do you think
Horror
that-
games, probably heard of it. Horror
Yeah, do you
movies,
think
probably
that
haven't
maybe
seen it.
You had a different man in your life come through your window and try to coerce you to something, and now your brain's just filled it in as the Got Milk poster that was on your wall.
Yeah,
and
it
Mark
was,
McGuire asking you to do testosterone. Is that like indicative of something?
Yeah, it was Sammy Sosa crawling through my window every night.
I don't know who that
he was
is.
the one who was he was the one actually visiting me, and I put it all on Mark. Sammy Sosa, and
He's still
Jason
watching
Giambi
with us,
used to
baby
crawl through my-
son. Oh,
You were making.
I
up
love
words.
movies. Yeah, a lot of
These
people
all
do, and that's
players
totally
Players that
fine.
did you know what? It's
Totally
okay.
fine.
There's gonna be like one guy who's like, hell yeah, dude. This rules.
Yeah, there's
And
gonna
you
be
guys
one
are welcome
other
to talk about movies. I
39-year-old
just
man like,
might not
"Yeah,
necessarily know
brother,
what you're
that's
talking
awesome."
about,
Also,
you know?
sitting on his couch, hitting a bong, eating chips for the fourth
I'm
time
not hating or
this
anything,
week.
but if
It's
you
like this guy
people like
gets
Sam,
me.
I'm not holding
He's like
against.
my
See,
best friend.
yeah, that's how it
This guy
should
gets
be.
and he's still doing steroids too.
And he's still doing
That's actually
steroids.
that's such a
If
power
people-
move. If a guy's
we're
just
all
like a fat
individuals
piece of
and we
shit
like
he's,
different
hitting,
stuff,
He's like ripping
and-
bong hits, you know.
You know, we should be accepting of that. Oh, I'm sorry, baby son. I was getting some stuff off the desk. Oh, it spooked him though.
Oh, I'm huge. I'm big. Is what he says.
He gets kind of easily spooked sometimes. Oh, did I accidentally pause? Yeah, I accidentally paused.
I'm huge. Anyways, part 3.
Part 3!
Yeah, part 3. Did
Part
you see
three,
while we're talking
part
about
three,
your cartoons?
part
Did you see
three,
the pirate
part
software
three,
made his
part
profile
three.
picture you were drawing of
Part
him?
3!
Really? That's awesome.
Yeah, on
three.
Twitter. It's pretty funny. Anyway,
Part 3, part 3,
part 3.
part 3!
I did appreciate the Uzumaki reference in that cartoon,
Part
by
three.
the way. That was good.
Uzumaki
the
is
little
good.
deal.
Part 3!
Yeah, I thought it'd be fun to have the.
This sign and
Is it
X-Men bomber
Ouroboros?
jacket I
The
require.
fuck is the snake?
Ouroboros.
Yeah.
That
The snake eating itself,
sounds
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that was the whole thing. But I was like,
If you'd
man, it'd
like
be
to
cool
show us a picture in like
reference
neat
that,
things in the Discord,
little
I'd be curious to
Uzumaki
see.
dude who's like when his wife and daughter or whatever open up the thing and see
In the
him do that.
basket, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. That was a good cartoon. Good job.
Thanks,
Anyway.
Isaiah.
Last night I had strange nightmares.
Thank you,
Elegant
man.
men with decayed faces and beautiful women in jewel-encrusted bull headdresses, towering horned shadows and spidery monstrosities with wet, rotten flesh swinging from their bones.
Yeah.
Well, that was a
Well,
crazy
okay.
opening. My gosh.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Nice.
Hey, so
Naruto
maybe the
Uzumaki,
painting-
I know it's not a
maybe we don't go back in the
to that.
painting.
No, it's not.
we
But
don't go back in
it's
the
funny
painting.
that
I have
Naruto's last
dreams
name
of
is
the
also the name of
bull-headed
a
spider women with
horrific
the rotting
horror
faces.
story.
Maybe we don't do that again.
I just
How
want to
does that
say,
sound?
just want to reiterate to the audience too. This man cleans up literal murder and suicide scenes every day, and then just now
And
is
he's
he
been
having these
fine.
nightmares. Okay, so maybe let's not go back in. All right, just want to put that up.
By 4 a.m., I was trapped in that dreamy, high alert state of paranoia peculiar to exhaustion. Sleep wasn't a possibility, and it's not like I was eager to welcome more nightmares anyway. So I got ready for work, suited up, and drove to the suicide house just as the sun rose. I ripped up the last of the downstairs carpet, and halted outside, struggling to ignore a sense of feverish, almost overpowering excitement. Terrified as I was, I couldn't wait to re-enter the portal. Man, after the nightmare delusions, I can't wait to do that
He's a
again.
psychopath. This might be the first,
wait.
like the actual first psychopath that we've ever met.
Nah.
We've ever read about. I mean,
The anticipation was almost painful.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. Hello? Am I getting raided? Hello. Thank you for the raid. Oh my goodness. Falling from the sky, falling from the sky. Hey, Aria. Falling from the sky, falling from the sky. Hello. Hope you're doing well, falling from the sky. Oh, hello, Sky, Glitched Phantom, Yokaiju, Neo Bunny, VTube. VTube, Flash Viewer. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. My human vessel's not feeling great, so we're just having a chill day where we listen to one of my favorite Creepcast episodes. It's very, very spooky. But hello, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for the raid. Yeah, I need to get my raid notification reset up. Thank you for the raid. Yes. Thank you. Hey, Khione. Hi, Flash. It's good to see you again. Raid. Yeah, I always forget to raid people. Damn it. Oh, hello. How are you guys? How you doing? Hello. I'm Khione Aria. Welcome to the Entourage. I am known as the Winter Sun. I am an angel from another dimension, stuck here on Earth for the foreseeable future. The voice you hear right now is from my human vessel, Aira. My original voice was stolen from me. Long story that. Now, Varden Heste, falling from the sky. We're being raided. Quick, hide your vows. Not that kind of raid. No. Like someone. Oh no, are you okay, Vapor Eyes? Hello, welcome in, guys. Thank you so much for the raid again. Thank you. We really appreciate you. Oh yeah, and don't forget to read the rules down below. And if you have any questions about my channel at any time, if you have any questions at all, rather about my channel, about me, about my content, etc. I usually play Elder Scrolls games. I've been an Elder Scrolls content creator for a few months now, I think. But we do other things as well, like during October, which is I designate as Halloween month. We played a bunch of spooky stuff. During December, which is my channel anniversary and also my quote-unquote birthday month, we did some fun stuff, so thank you for the subscription, Neo Bunny. Oh my god, are my sub notifications also broken? Okay, I'll also have to fix those. Just messing. Yeah. And my community are a combination of very sweet, very laid back, and very goofy. We do a little bit of trolling here, a little bit of trolling. For instance, I told about my recent page of the Discord server here. As if you guys would like to join my Discord, let me get you the link here. It is called the Igloo. Where is, here it is. Copy. Yeah, here's the Discord link for anyone who wants it or needs it, but please don't feel pressured to join. If you don't want to, you don't have to. That's totally fine. But yes, we are listening / watching a Creepcast episode together. You guys can just listen. The visual component is there, but you can just listen as well. And it is one of my favorites. It's called I Clean Hoarder Houses for a Living. And it's very spooky. The descriptions are very great. Sky says, we were drinking it, played Stellar Blaze. We were a bit tipsy at the moment. That's fine. That's totally fine. Stellar Blade is fantastic. Get in here. Gotta lurk to sober up. I hope streets goes well. Yes, please drink responsibly and be safe and all of that. But thank you for the lurk. Discord is totally optional. Exactly. Just if you want to. But thank you for the raid again, Sky. Thank you for the lurk. I appreciate you so much, hon. I need to remember to check out your channel and raid you guys. But I always forget to raid people. Like always. Like it's something I got used to doing when I was on Twitch. Then after I quit streaming on Twitch and went back to YouTube, I just kind of forget. Are we on part 3 or part 4 of the story? I cannot remember.
My own was cowardice. Kurt still hadn't arrived by the time I finished the carpet, so, mindful of the squatter issue from yesterday, I checked the upstairs bedrooms. One was normal, as expected. Heart lurching, I tentatively opened the second room and froze. Tangles of vines draped the walls and clouded the bed. A cool, earthy scent permeated the air, reminding me of wet woods after a winter's rainstorm. Morning light filtered through the leaf-covered window, infusing the room with an eerie green radiance. In the corners and under
sounds so
the bed,
pretty.
clusters of half-open
Part 3?
blossoms
Gotcha. Thank you,
glowed faintly
T-Rex.
in
Thank
the
you, thank
dim.
you.
I'm wondering how.
Stepped in-
Sorry to interrupt.
Who's
Because it
that?
just made me think. Obviously, the bugs are coming
Another
from the
familiar
painting
is
area.
back. Who is this?
Right.
I wonder
Baby
how many
Sauce,
times
are
the
you?
person who
Oh,
ended up
Baby Saw's been visiting
committing
us a
suicide
lot today.
went in,
Hello.
or if they really did drive themselves
there
to
he goes.
suicide, or if the thing just murdered her.
Right.
Curious.
I think either's possible. I also think that there's some kind of infection or something, because he says he found a jacket that had these green sprouts growing from it. And then on the plate, he saw dirt and greenery, and then there's the spider wing things in it. So I think there's like the painting grows outwards. Like now,
Interesting.
since it's upstairs, it's infected. Maybe all the trash was like a barrier trying to keep it. or
Yeah,
something.
that's what I'm trying to kind of get at too with it is like, was the hoarding actually like a defense mechanism against this thing?
Yeah. And now it's like when it infects the room becomes overgrown and rotted.
Wait.
But now I think
Scoot,
Kurt
scoot.
has become infected.
I mean,
Because
probably
he
he
has the
blamed it on the
allergies
thing.
to make him all itchy and covered in hives.
Yeah, he
So
blamed
maybe
it on
he's
that,
about to
but-
sprout.
Yeah, blamed
Yeah.
it on the thing.
Because
that
now he's
pulled
not
up, but,
there.
nah.
Now he's late
Yeah.
for some reason. So, yeah. I think it might be infected. But yeah, it seems to spread out. I'm not sure about the bugs, though. Maybe those are people. Maybe people turn into the bugs. We'll see.
Maybe that's a humanoid face.
I stepped inside, jumping when something crunched underfoot. A vine had snapped. I kneeled down to have a look. The dark stem burst with leaves, furled blossoms, and long, wicked thorns. Silvery drops of resin seeped from the broken stalk.
Resin?
Carefully, avoiding the thorns lest I tear my suit, I strode to the window. Greenery coated everything, masking all but the faintest hints of furniture. Unbidden, I thought of where the wild things are. That brought to mind the furry, sprout-covered coat I'd seen yesterday. Found it by the bed, covered in a mound of greenery.
Oh,
I
Baby
gingerly tore
Saw.
vines away, grimacing as clumps of filth-caked fur came up too. Pretty soon the coat was in tatters. The vines had wormed through and separated it to the
You
point
wanna
of
lay down
ruin.
again, little
Before
one?
long, I found myself holding patches of fur and tanned, brittle hide. I pulled up the last few pieces, working it free of the stems and thorns, when something shifted. It rolled under the vines, rustling and leaves and flowers as it went. I reached for it. I was so short, my fingertips barely grazed
Baby
the hard,
Sam.
rounded surface. With a careful, calculated strain, I hooked it with my thumb, pulled it out
He's
for
been so
inspection.
cuddly today.
It was a skull,
Oh, God.
brown and uncomfortably soft, with a massive snout and no eye sockets.
Oh.
Wait, like a human skull with a massive snout and no eye sockets?
No, clearly
what
not.
I'm-
But
That's what I think.
who
Like, I can't
knows?
tell if it's like an uncanny surrealist thing. Like, is it an actual pig skull or like you're
could just be
saying,
an animal
it's
skull.
a human skull with like a snout,
Or
but
it could
no
be
eye
that. I
sockets.
mean, it could
Kinda
be
weird.
either, honestly.
Disgust and panic subsumed me. Before I could think, I tossed it into the corner and stood. It took all my willpower to leave the room slowly. The only thing keeping me in check was the certainty that the thorns would shred my suit if I wasn't careful. I finally decided to check the taxidermy room. I pushed the door open, half expecting a pile of thorny plants to tumble out. The window here
Baby
faced away from the
sun.
sun, leaving everything shrouded in shadow. Even in the darkness,
Baby
something felt terribly
sun.
wrong. I studied the room for several tense moments before it hit me. The taxidermy animals. Yesterday and the day before, they'd been neatly arranged against the north side of the room. Now they stood around the portal facing the door. The five-eyed humanoid with the wide mouth.
Baby Saw,
pried
do
in
you keep
place,
bonking my
positioned
microphone
directly
with your
before the
tail?
painting. The long-haired figure had returned to the frame,
That's
rested on its
funny.
haunches, poised like a sprinter about
Here
to
we
take
go.
off.
Shit.
I slammed the door and ran downstairs, struggling not to hyperventilate. Salt crunched unpleasantly under my feet. The way the house trapped the thick, syrupy morning light reminded me of my
Oh,
nightmares.
he's lying back
All
down.
shades of orange and gold and red.
Hey, you say,
I ran
brother.
outside. The door
Brother.
clattered loudly behind me. Across the street, a blonde neighbor lady stopped and stared. I avoided eye contact and pretended to busy myself with the equipment in the van. My hands shook as I struggled to calm myself. It was 7:30. Kurt would be here in a minute. He'd sort shit out, one way or the other. Just a few
New
more
co-host
minutes
for
and
Khione.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
I whirled around.
Baby
The
Saw's
neighbor
now my
woman reared back
co-host.
nervously.
I'm sorry to bother you. I just got back into town.
Her gaze drifted curiously over my shoulder, then snapped back to me when she noticed me watching.
I was wondering, with the suit and whatnot, is everything okay?
I shrugged
No.
and gave the party line.
I'm with a cleaning company, ma'am. I don't know anything about the situation.
Oh.
Her tone turned mildly aggressive.
It's just that I spoke with my neighbor about a week ago. I just thought that he would have mentioned a cleaning company.
Wait,
She looked my hazmat
he?
suit up and down with a tight.
I thought it was a woman that
meaningful
lived
smile.
here.
Especially a serious one like yours.
A week? Kurt said the occupant had been dead for almost a month before anyone found her. But this lady had spoken to her a week ago? And what was this about a male neighbor?
Yeah.
Ma'am, I'm sorry. I'm just an employee. I can show you my credentials, give you my boss's number, but
She backed off immediately.
No, it's fine. No worries. Just a little concerned. We're tight knit around here.
I waited until she crossed the street, then called Kurt. He didn't answer. Maybe he was driving and he only lived 15, maybe 20 minutes away. He'd arrive any second. Half an hour passed before I gave up and went to his house.
Uh-oh.
When I got there, both his vehicles were in the driveway.
Uh-oh.
He didn't answer the door, so I tried the
Something's
knob.
wrong with Kurt.
Locked, of course.
Kurt?
Fighting a surge of panic, I felt around for a spare key. I found one tucked into a crack in the door frame. Took a minute to pry out, but it fit the lock just fine.
Kurt? It's just me.
He sat naked and cross-legged in the living room floor, right in the middle of the light streaming through the window. He looked up at me. Sunlight threw his features into sharp relief and turned the beads of sweat on his face to diamonds.
Stay there and shut up.
I looked him over, horror building in my chest. My gorge rose. Holes. A hideous trypophobic nightmare spreading from his biceps to fingertips.
Yep.
Hundreds of them. Small and dark and round like termite burrows, all rimmed in red, vaulted
Ooh.
flesh.
Man.
Son, I think it kills them.
My stomach heaved.
Kill what? Look.
Bruisey bags puffed out under his eyes, making him look 20 years older and terribly sick.
What the fuck, indeed, T-Rex?
I knelt beside him and forced myself to look.
Something got
Sunlight
in his
bounced off
suit.
the bottom of the holes, revealing soft, glistening white flesh. First, I thought they were deep boils. Then I noticed they were quivering. Finally, I saw the eyes, tiny and fish-like, flitting wildly to and fro. I emitted a low whine that made me want to shoot myself.
Don't. Look. Someone already dead.
He rolled one of his wrists. Sure enough, a few of the holes had bubbled over with jelly. Two of those goldfish eyes were suspended in the murk, glinting like tiny coins.
Ugh.
I tried to call 911, but Kurt threatened to attack and infect me. Thing is, he's 4 times my size. He'd have no trouble hurting me in the short interval between the phone call and the ambulance's arrival. I'm pretty tough, but the thought of these holes, of those quivering jelly worms burrowing in my skin, no. I'd let him die before letting him pass those to me. Every once in a while, I'd hear a small pop. And he'd gasp as a geyser of translucent ichor bubbled out of the holes.
Oh.
After a while, that viscous gel covered his arms, shining with an iridescence that made my stomach churn. Eyes swam in the gunk, slowly dripping onto the carpet.
Caught them inside the painting.
Yeah?
He released a shaky breath.
In those woods, there was something like a weird giant skeleton. I tripped and went down under the ribs into a patch of thistles. It looked like poked a few holes in my gloves.
Oh,
Push
there
your
it
gloves
went.
and you came back through? What was I supposed to fucking stay in there?
I heard another low, wet pop. Kurt hissed as a tiny volcano of pale gel oozed over his left wrist, obscuring several holes. They made me sick and panicky, but I could barely look away.
Well, there are plants in one of the bedrooms now.
I explained everything as quickly as I could, from the flower vines and soft, eyeless skulls to the ominous rearrangement of the taxidermy animals. He tried to interrupt, but I kept going.
What do you know about the lady who lived there? Nothing.
He answered calmly. For just an instant, his face flickered.
I think he's lying.
Because a lady from across the street came over and told me her neighbor is very much alive.
I stood up. He followed suit, grimacing only slightly.
Where are you going? To the office. I'm gonna find her brother's information.
Without thinking, I bolted for the door. He caught me easily. Hand tied his device around my elbow. Jelly and glittering eyes smeared my suit.
Ooh.
You're not gonna tell anyone anything. Then tell me what's going on. Okay.
He dragged me back to the living room and threw me on the sofa.
That house is mine.
1,000 horrifying conclusions ran through my head.
Oh.
But the lady who lived there was my wife.
Oh.
So this is more or less what he said. Okay, so basically Kurt,
It's his house.
that was his wife. So, okay, so that explains why he was so chill with the painting in the first place.
Yeah, he already knew about
Because he
it.
knew about all this stuff beforehand, right?
I'm grabbing my mallet. That might be
Kurt's
a bit
wife,
too big.
Evie, has been missing a lot longer than 4 weeks. Their relationship was fraught and they'd separated, though not divorced, 6 years ago.
God damn.
Checked in periodically, always hoping for the possibility of reconciliation, but that never happened. He last spoke to her over a year ago. She sounded terrified. Kurt didn't think much of
Plot
it.
twist
Zevie
indeed.
was prone to hysteria and not mentally or emotionally well. After that, she stopped taking his calls. About 4 months ago, she knocked on his front door, but it couldn't have been her. Evie was 56 years old. The girl on the porch would have been a dead ringer, except she was 30 years too young. She was giggling and excited and uttered endless strings of gibberish. When he freaked out, she shoved him into a wall with enough force to knock him out. When he came to, she was gone. And, as he shortly found out, so was Evie's house. Now, a house was always on the property, but it was never the right house. Every day, Kurt saw a different structure and a different occupant. He saw everything from tacky Tudor-style condos to low-slung sprawlers to wood cottages.
So
and
it's so
once
weird-
turd blue monstrosity.
What's the
Finally,
word?
just a couple weeks ago, the house reverted to the neat little 2-story he'd bought for her after their separation. He broke in and immediately reared back, gagging from the overpowering stench. He found her sprawled on the living room, liquefying corpse slowly bonding into the carpet. When he checked the house afterward, even going so far as to use the ladder to peer into the upstairs window, he found nothing strange. Certainly no taxidermy monstrosities or trans-dimensional portals. The house hadn't changed since, but the weird specimens and awful painting appeared recently. He's afraid this means the house is about to disappear again.
Change into
Fine,
a different
just
one.
fucking dandy. Why the goddamn hell would you involve me? I couldn't go in there after seeing her like that.
Yeah.
I sensed deception here. Maybe an omission. Maybe an
Maybe.
outright lie. I couldn't tell and didn't have the presence of mind to pin him down on it. Instead, I angrily blurted,
Why'd you tell me she worked for the circus? She did. The house is the circus.
So, what would be interesting? And yes, I've like listened to this and watched this before, but I'm playing along as if I haven't, and I'm giving you guys like theories I had when I first watched it, right? What my theory was like, oh, he came in, he found her corpse, but then he also saw earlier, he saw this woman that was like 30 years younger than her. So what if she like shed her old body and like got a new one that was younger or something because of something with the painting or the house or something totally weird's going on, like something super weird.
What?
so well, he's being, he like Kurt's being cute.
Yeah, he's being
like,
cute,
she
but
did.
still.
That house is
The
a
plot
circus.
thickens.
It's
Indeed,
well,
Flash,
you're full of
indeed.
bugs now, idiot. You're full of giant glass worm bugs.
Take
and
me
I'm
to the
standing here in a
painting.
hazmat suit. Why
Yeah,
don't
well,
I
at least-
shoot you in the head and then burn that house down? That sounds like the best outcome for any of us.
Well, at least I don't put salt circles on the floor.
Okay, all right. Well, yeah. Big talk coming from the guy who probably killed his wife and needs me
No.
to think it's a suicide. So.
No, well, at least I don't. Never mind.
Okay, you hear that? You hear that? That's the worms in your skin.
Yeah.
Idiot.
I think there's
How's it feel,
butterflies
worm
growing in
face?
my brain.
What's that? Sorry, I couldn't hear you over the worms in your mouth. I hate you.
Yeah, that's the honest reaction. that's the actual honest reaction between it.
I don't like you a lot. I'm glad this is happening to you.
Yeah, worms. Worms.
So I don't know if you know this, but circus has a definition other than the clowns and elephants variety. Circus is a sort of open public space where several avenues converge. Circuses, I mean, I would describe that as like an intersection, not really a circus, but sure. Circuses have been the crux of his last phone conversation with Evie. She sobbed that she was tired of the circus, that the circus wanted too much, that she no longer knew what to do with the circus.
So what's the goal here?
That's
Made
strange.
my voice deliberately callous.
You own the house. Why don't you just burn it all down? Because
He cut off, hissing.
Baby Moo
series
is
of unwholesome
here!
pops filled the room.
Hold
Fluid
on.
erupted from a dozen holes in his arms.
Baby Moo has come. Hello. This is one of my other familiars. She's very chatty. This is Baby Moo. Baby Saw is still here on my desk. He's loafing. Hi, Baby Moo. You wanna come say hi? Come say hi. Say hi. Whatever disguised the house, why not disguise the woman too? Her words are gibberish for the same reason. Yeah, it probably wasn't her. Like she died, and then some other thing is like wearing her skin or pretending to be her, something like that. Yeah, exactly, Abaddon. Vampire says, Khione, should we remind you to raid near end of stream? Yes. If you guys could do that for me, that would be great. Not today though, because today I'm not feeling great at all. I don't really have the energy to raid and do that kind of thing. But yes, I would appreciate the reminder very, very much whenever I'm streaming. I don't think I'm going to be raiding anyone today, though. But we'll see. Still, you guys can still remind me. Maybe I'll be feeling better by the time we finish this.
because that girl, whatever she was,
Well, we will be
wasn't my
feeling better, I
wife.
should say.
She was too young. I think Evie might be alive.
Mm.
The painting? Through the portal.
He corrected. He spread his arms. A rain of jelly pattered to the floor.
I didn't want to involve you, but I can't do this alone.
Sure you can, I thought bitterly, but I didn't say it because you know what?
There she
I can't get
goes.
the idea of the circus out of my head.
Oh,
An untold
Baby Saw's
number of
gonna follow
avenues,
her.
different dimensions,
Oh,
and
no,
realities
wait.
converging
She's
on a
over here
single
now.
unremarkable spot in the West Coast grossest mid-sized city.
It's got me a snack. Oh, what you got?
That bitterly
You tried to
cold,
raid. Poor
beautiful
baby.
world full of luminescent
Yeah.
moonflowers and trees draped in breathtakingly intricate nets of moss.
The
And
baby
labyrinth,
is
of course.
very not
Dark
feeling
labyrinth
great.
with
The
a black
baby.
pyramid at its center. I will never have a chance like this again. Never in my life.
Okay. What do you want me to do? Lay in the yard for a while, in the sun, just in case these things are on your suit. Then go home. I'll call you when the infestation's dead.
I did as he said, lingering in his yard till sunset. I checked on him one more time, still stretched on his living room carpet, squeezing fluid from the sickening holes, and went home. I've been waiting for him to call ever since. I hope his infestation's done. I know I have a lot of other things to worry about, but I can't stop thinking about the holes in Kurt's skin. It's great that sunlight kills them, but I'm scared of what will happen in the dark.
Oh.
Margaret?
End of part
Yeah.
3.
Margaret?
Lace stacks, sour cream and
You see
onion.
that
Oh,
man
nice,
in the
nice.
hazmat
Not
suit
the
lying down
baby.
flat in the yard?
Yes,
Across the
baby,
street?
baby.
What is he doing?
Or baby.
Just like a giant, just a man in a hazmat
Yeah,
suit
she's not going to be
making
feeling
this
that
up.
great for another
Sure,
few
shall we
days.
check on him? No, let's just lock the door. Lock the door, Margaret.
So the pops were the worms exploding periodically?
Yeah, like the little gel things be like and coming and popping out
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
Boy.
Like it's like the pressure
Boy.
boiling.
Right,
Aria!
So
hello, Roderick.
I
It's
don't
good
know
to
if
see you,
I
honey.
didn't
Welcome
catch
in,
this,
welcome
but
in.
who was the younger person?
Vicindy's
then?
not feeling super
Is it
well
just a
today,
random
so we're
body?
just
Or do we know
watching
who
and
the
listening to a
So-
Creepcast
so
episode
his
together.
wife was his age,
It's one
like
of my
50
favorites.
something,
Yeah.
And then like a 20s version of his wife shows up and is super giggling. He gets weirded out and she's strong and then runs back. He follows her to the house that's
How
now
you
normal
doing,
and
honey?
she's
How
dead
you
on the floor.
doing?
Right. But
Which I think he actually killed her. Not dead on the floor.
Oh.
you think so? Well, yeah, I mean,
So there's two options.
Sometimes people just
Either
let things
his
in without
wife
understanding.
is
Wait, what do
the
you mean?
giant in the painting somehow changed, or his wife went in the painting, got young or whatever, and or even if she didn't go in the painting, got young, he didn't find her dead. He killed that woman in the house.
that or could the man in the painting be Kurt but older?
Oh.
Because the giant in the painting, I think they've made pretty clear as a man, right?
I
Could the
think
man
so.
be older?
I don't remember.
Yes, could be.
Just
I think
something
that's
of
possible.
if yeah. I mean, I'm just trying to think here because there's a couple different things, but right now, essentially the halfway through, because now we're on part 4. So the halfway
It's like
point is
people
them
trying to
basically
summon
being like, I
demons
think my
and all the
wife's still
demons
alive in
haunt
there.
them and
We need to
curses
go in
them.
and get her out, whatever. And now
we
our
don't
main
know what it
character
is
even just
yet.
like, well, I'm just gonna help. Not really because I
Something
give a
very
shit about the
weird's
wife,
going
but
on, though.
I just want to see this like
Interesting, yeah.
kind of astonishing thing. One like just again and again, he's becoming obsessed. Kind of drawn in, just like this like weird fantasy grim obsession forming from that black pyramid.
Yeah.
Ooh. Ooh.
Yeah, it's fascinating. I like the premise so far. Very
Booting
fantasy, very
around.
cool.
Kurt's kind of a
back.
douche.
He is, but now he's full of worms, so I think he gets it. Is the popping sound the worms popping
Yes.
randomly?
He's
I
the
think
worm
that
snapping.
no, I think it's like the gel
Or
like
that.
whatever goo
Could
is
be
in the
either
deal,
one.
like popping out like is what I thought it was.
I see. I got you. Okay. Cool. All right. Well, you ready for part 4?
Part 4.
It just says like the Ouija
midnight, I
board.
still
Did you
hadn't
know
heard
that
from
if you
Kurt,
remove your
which
hands
was
before ending it,
surprising.
spirits was
You're doing
free and on
extremely
you?
well for a man
So
whose
I've
arms look like
heard,
fleshy
but
honeycombs, and I
I'm a huge
expected him to check
skeptic.
in periodically, only to let me know he was still alive. It occurred to me that I was expecting too much. Under the circumstances, it's been easy to forget that I'm his employee, not his friend or anything else. My impatience probably seemed ridiculous, but the drive to learn, know, understand, and seek is all-consuming.
Yes.
The prospect of exploring a new world is overwhelming.
Yes.
I wanted an adventure so much.
I thought Blister
wanted my
Poppy
entire
was
life.
bad. I know, right?
Then there's Kurt. He's a good guy, and I care about him probably more than I should. I want to help him. And feelings aside, I have no way to explore this new world if Kurt dies.
Do you believe that the
So
do,
around 11:30,
do you believe that the protagonist actually cares about Kurt?
If they work together for long enough, yeah.
no, I think he's obsessed with the painting. He
Yeah.
just wants
No,
to go back.
I'm gonna
He's
give him the benefit of
he's
the
just
doubt.
like lying and telling himself like I mean I care
Yeah.
about Kurt. Yeah, okay. Just making sure.
I care about Kurt. Conveniently, only when I found this multi-dimensional painting he had.
Right.
So
I don't
around
know
11:30
about
on
that.
Tuesday night, I decided to go check on him. Opened my door only to find myself face to face with a stranger. It was a woman, copper-eyed and terribly pale, with a choppy, tangled mess of black hair.
Chris,
Yes.
Kurt's at the circus. He needs your help.
I trusted her for a second before every alarm in my body went off. I tried to slam the door, but she struck forward and wrapped cold fingers around my wrist.
Ooh, oh no.
The second she touched me, her pallor warmed into a heartbreaking peaches and cream complexion. Dull eyes brightened and dirty hair turned smooth and thick.
Well, it's like she's
My own
draining
fear
his
and
life
panic
force.
evaporated, replaced with a single-minded objective. Help Kurt.
I wonder if this is
I
the
drove to the
wife.
house with the stranger. The car didn't agree
King
with her.
Solomon could control
Within a
demons using
moment,
an
she was
eye ring, so
whimpering
I've
and
heard.
vomiting, but I was so focused on my goal that she barely registered. When we got there, she grabbed my hand and walked me to the second floor.
You're the only one allowed inside.
Strings of vomit glistened on her chin.
Ooh.
She pointed to the vine-choked bedroom.
In there.
She retreated as I threw open the door. Even in my mesmerized state, the room shocked me. It was nothing but a lush grove of vines, strided leaves, and soft, luminescent flowers.
Oh wow, it's even
Okay,
more
hold on.
overgrown now.
Who's this woman?
That's what I was gonna say.
Presumably
I don't
the
fucking
wife.
know. Like
It just introduced
The
her.
younger
It's like a woman
version
came
of
and
the
said, "You have
wife
to
or
help Kurt," and I
whatever.
drove. So am I to assume this is a woman from the painting?
I'm trying to assume if that what I'm wondering is this his wife? This is
Yeah.
actually his wife.
Yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Maybe, but we haven't got a description of her that
I have no
description
idea.
matches to know that. Yeah.
I was very lost.
Why
And I
is
was
she
just kind of hoping you
throwing
knew
up
what was
so
going
much?
on. Well, I don't know.
I
Yeah,
was
something
like,
is
what?
very wrong with her.
I guess it's his wife or the younger version of his wife. Maybe.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that it's his wife and that she's throwing up just because I'm guessing that she's just as like sick or infected as he is from being in there.
Yeah, maybe she has a different type of
Maybe
infection.
she like hasn't been in a car for a long time. Doesn't
Actually,
like the car
yeah,
doesn't
hold
agree with
on.
her.
PSA guys, if you're not in a car for a very long time, and if you all, especially if you already have motion sickness, it will get so much worse. Viciety, she gets motion sick pretty easily. She gets car sick pretty easily. And if she's not in a car for a while, yeah, she gets incredibly sick. So that might be the case with this lady.
I get motion sickness real bad now. Fuck.
Yes, just unrelated to anything is also motion sick.
Yeah, sorry.
Sounds like
this has nothing to do
Jumanji
with
was
the
more
painting, I
horror
swear.
themed. Yeah, I've heard of
What's the whole thing
Jumanji.
about like so she has copper eyes, she's pale,
Black
massive black
hair.
hair. For one, I don't know what the story looks like. That's a bad thing. Sounds like my type. But then she touches him, and
she,
it
like-
says she gets a warm complexion.
She's
Her
like
eyes
draining his
brighten and her
energy.
hair smooth. So like
She's
she
touching
touches
life.
him and gets like she gets like yossified.
Yeah, exactly. It's like she gets just like a Chinese Snapchat filter like goes over her or something like that. She's like, "Oh, you're the only one allowed in now." Yeah. So I'm guessing because she has been devoid of life. I'm guessing from being in the painting.
Maybe.
And now
Yeah.
she is back, and then she touches life. I mean, I don't fucking know. I'm sure it'll explain more, but still, I'm glad you're lost because I was like, I have no idea what the fuck is happening right now.
Okay. I entered.
Kurt?
Vines crunched under my feet. I winced only slightly as a thorn tore through the sole of my shoe, punched a hole in my heel.
Jesus.
Blood
Oh,
gushed,
wow.
soaking the sock and dripping through the hole.
Oh,
I shook it irritably, vaguely
Quite a
satisfied
thorn.
as drops pattered against the
where
leaves
your
and petals.
his
Flowers
shoes
flared
suck.
brightly where the blood hit. The light swiftly spread from flower to flower, a multicolored chain reaction of bright blossoms.
Wait a
A
minute.
shadow shifted in the corner. Relief flooded me and I ran over.
Kurt, are you okay?
The figure reared up. Glowing flowers illuminated an eyeless head that might have been bovine were it not for the teeth.
Ooh.
I thought of the coat. Strange fur coat full of dirt and sprouts. Not a coat, a skin. But it had been dead. I'd seen and touched its skull. I'd pulled its hide to pieces. How was it alive? The creature lurched forward. Woody vines snapped under massive paws. Long, lupine teeth reflected the eerie light of the flowers. I turned and ran, slamming the door just as the creature pounced. It hit the door with a bone-shaking crack.
Ooh.
I darted towards the stairs, stopping when I saw the girl. No longer whole and healthy, not even human. Leathery skin cascaded from her limbs, lumping and folding over itself.
Ooh.
Her head was wide and flat, with 3 enormous eyes and a suppurating snub nose.
Oh,
I spun
wow.
around and ran to the other room. It was locked. To my
Yep,
shock,
she was just
voices
some
and
sort of
music
monster.
issued from behind it. I pounded on the door, screaming, but no one responded. If anything, the music, soft, playful piping, got louder. The eyeless monster tore a hole in the other door and started to squeeze through. Once again, I lunged for the stairwell, but the girl warped, growing into a multi-limbed
Oh, they got
monstrosity.
the subtitles
I screamed and
wrong.
dashed to the taxidermy room, locking the door behind me.
Is there any way this
The
could be
muffled
the
sounds of music. Yeah, yes, he could be the guy from the ship story. I had the same thought.
Or no,
as he
no.
screamed and ran.
No. It's also sorry for I know I keep talking over you.
No, you're good.
I'm wondering if it's the neighbor.
The neighbor.
The girl?
What?
Yeah, I'm wondering just because the whole thing of like we're
Well-
a tight knit community or like we're tight knit around here. I'm wondering if these people.
It could be, but he also described her as blonde.
She's
that's true.
blonde.
So-
yeah.
No, you're
I
right.
was like, well, unless she can like cover up her looks.
Yeah,
no,
and that
but
would
maybe
be-
she can
yeah.
cover her looks.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. There's also like the monster, like werewolf, eyeless plant thing that's
Yeah.
tearing through the door right now.
I will say the flower kind of imagery pretty sick.
It's very, it feels like Last of Us, like the mold, how it grows over the
Yeah.
infected in that game. It's
was-
like that, but with the vines.
I
growing
was
over 'em.
thinking my mind immediately went to like Annihilation.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. When it's like the eyeless thing stepping forward. Yeah, I love Annihilation, dude. That's an awesome movie.
Great. So many good visuals in that, dude.
Yeah. The muffled sounds of music and laughter permeated the room, punctuated by the frantic snarling of the eyeless monster. The taxidermy animals had changed position yet again, flanking the painting like an honor guard.
Oh.
Somehow, the painting's perspective had changed. Instead of the stunning Sylvian landscape of trees and glowing flower vines, it displayed a breathtaking vista of the Labyrinth Valley. The pyramid loomed to the left, cube steps flashing silver in the moonlight. A warm breeze drifted from the painting,
That's
carrying
warm.
strains of that alien song in the wet, green scent peculiar to lush summertime. But yesterday, that land had been in the throes of winter. What was going on?
Time passage is
The
different.
monster crashed into the door, breaking my reverie while sending an explosion of splinters across the room.
Oh, shit.
Without thinking, I ran into the portal.
Run! Run!
Humid, sweet-smelling air enveloped me. Soft tangles of grass and wildflowers carpeted the ground. Finally, I noticed the pain radiating from my punctured foot.
Oh,
My
right.
entire
He
shoe
injured his
squelched
foot.
with every step, making my stomach churn.
Ugh.
The pyramid towered in nearby, ringed on all sides by a maze of massive walls. Awestruck, I started to slow down just as I heard a heavy, thudding gallop. I looked over my shoulder and saw the eyeless creature tearing through the grass. It ran low to the ground, long snout stretched outward. I sprinted toward the labyrinth and veered wildly to the right. An unbroken expanse of wall curved as far as I could see. Even through my fear, I marveled at it. The walls were smooth and richly dark. Carvings covered every surface, a mixture of unrecognizable characters and hieroglyphs. Finally, I saw a light ahead, soft and soothing green. It reflected off the walls like a beacon. Grimly ignoring the galloping monstrosity behind me, I put on a final burst of speed and ran into the entrance. The eyeless thing caught me just as I crossed the threshold, batting me down. I squirmed away, heedless of the sharp undergrowth prickling my skin. It caught me easily and swiped. Burning pain subsumed my wrist, followed by a cascade of slick, wet heat.
Ooh.
Light erupted all around me. Flowers again, blazing alive all around me. I cradled my injured wrist,
Flowers like
shivering
drink
as
the blood or
streamed over my
something.
fingers. The monster thrust its snout against my throat. For a terrible instant, its teeth pressed into the soft skin. Then it pulled back, leaving a cluster of fur and sprouts in the hollow of my throat.
Oh.
I crawled to my knees, sobbing, and scuttled away. So I think it just infected
Yeah,
him.
it just
Whatever.
infected
Yeah.
him. Yeah.
Also, it seems like wherever his blood, either wherever he touches or wherever his blood is landing, it's like
It
bringing
lights
things
up the
to life.
flowers. Yeah, it's like the
Yeah.
flowers are bioluminescent, but they need blood to glow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is a cool idea.
Yeah, that is
no,
really
super
cool. I
sick.
love
Very
it.
surreal. And like I said too,
Yeah.
even from the thing
I love
earlier of like
it.
the like weird black pyramid, like just this like weird fantasy, like high fantasy sci-fi type shit. Makes me think of that.
Yes.
Very much just the annihilation thing, basically. But yeah, no, it's
Yeah, I've never
Yeah,
seen
feels very
Annihilation, but
Other
now I'm
Earth.
very curious.
Maybe it's like you know, the whole old H.G. Wells story, The Time Machine.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
it's like they go to so far
Oh.
future. It's
I
like
think
a
I've
different
heard of
planet.
this.
People aren't near. Maybe it's something like that. The painting takes you to like a far future.
It's just like a,
Maybe.
it's like a
Like
different
people
dimension
aging
or
through
different
it.
reality or something.
Yeah, it's just probably also a different dimension.
Yeah, it's like it's so impossibly far forward or backward that it's not even decipherable as Earth.
That'd be kind of sick. Also, you
Like,
know,
do you remember the? What were you about to say?
I was just saying, I love a nice like just pyramid visuals when people like just like the Black Pyramid. There's just something so sick about like just the pyramid visual and stories. I don't know. I'm always stoked on them. Dude,
Excited.
I've never wanted ever since at one point in time I was like, oh, I want to go visit the pyramids, right? But ever since I've seen so many different videos of like it looks like hell. Like going there looks like, for a couple reasons. One, you're continuously harassed and like potentially scammed by people being like, oh, this way, trying to get you to come in. But also my fat ass trying to go into that tiny ass like claustrophobic hole.
Oh, no.
No fucking way, dude.
Yeah,
No way. I
no
couldn't do it.
way. I'm just
a lot of
claustrophobic
coke
in
from
general,
someone who
and
really
there
likes
probably wouldn't be
pyramids.
space
Maybe
for my
I'll do
wings
it.
You know
anyway.
what? I'm
Big
gonna
deal.
do it.
I'm gonna do it.
I mean, I could
for
hide
me.
them, but I don't like
Pale light
to.
illuminated it fully. A broad, bony crest lay atop its long snout, creating a sharp angle that somehow looked inorganic. Thin, brittle skin stretched painfully over its skull, splitting apart in several places to reveal the bone beneath. It didn't have enough flesh to cover its teeth or gums, resulting in a perpetual snarl.
Oh,
Its head was enormous, far too large for its low, muscular body.
big ol'
It tried to
head.
raise its head, but couldn't. The snout lifted several inches before plummeting back into the earth.
That's sick.
The monstrosity, that is pretty cool. It's like a giant bull head put onto a person.
Yeah, it's like a yeah, exactly. Almost like a fucking zombie minotaur is kind of how I'm reading it.
Yeah, I think so.
Sick. The monstrosity retreated suddenly,
Kinda.
disappearing into the tall grass as a shadow swept across me.
Oh,
Turned around, already knowing what I would see.
yeah, that shadow's gonna be worse
Sleek,
or
long
better.
hair shone like glass. Inhumanly sharp planes created an angular, hypnotic face that was equal parts breathtaking and horrifying.
Oh, just a big old
He knelt in
guy.
front of me. I kicked away, feet tangling in the long grass, but grabbed my hands and pulled me close. The
Oh,
skin glimmered strangely, moon-white and iridescent, comprised of a delicate overlapping pattern that reminded me of
oh, he
scales.
sounds so
He
pretty.
inspected my wound, iron grip pressing down to the bone.
Oh,
Then he pressed my wrist to his forehead, smearing my blood all over his face. Somewhere in the labyrinth, a throaty, tonal song began to echo. Finally, he brought the gash to his mouth and sucked. Agony immediately exploded. I thought of poison, of venom, acid eating me down to the bone. This was it. This was it. dying outside an alien pyramid in a shitty painting while a
Hey,
half-starved
that
reptilian
that
dissolved into
painting's
his
not
tongue.
shitty. That painting's
I whited out.
amazing.
Sometime later, I woke.
No,
propped
he
against
was
the
helping
labyrinth.
you.
I shot up and scanned my
You just couldn't
surroundings.
take it.
Nothing. No lights, no monsters, just bramby flower fields and the endless curve of the wall. I retraced my path and soon found the portal to the taxidermy room. I entered anxiously. Everything was still and silent, with no music or laughter to be heard. I hurried into the hallway. No eyeless monsters or warped multi-limbed girls waited on the
Damn.
stairs. I sobbed with relief and ran downstairs.
because of the salt,
Sobbed when I
maybe.
saw the front door.
I pity a painting. Yeah.
Five-eyed taxidermy monstrosity sat just to the side.
Sometimes this human mouth does not
Glass
cooperate with
irises
me.
glittered over
La,
its
la, 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 la,
unsettling
la.
wraparound smile. It looked for all the world like I'd caught it in the act of blocking the door.
Wow.
Those relieved sobs morphed into a frightened crying. But what was I supposed to do? Go to the backyard, taking my eyes off the sting in the process? No. Fighting a surge of panic, I tiptoed to the door, staying as far away from the creature as I could. It towered over me. The top of its head grazed the door frame.
Whoa.
Had it been that big before? I couldn't remember. With a choked gasp, I opened the door and ran out into the night. I expected it to follow, but reached my car safely. Okay, hold on. Things happen in this story really fast.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's hard to kind of keep up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so hold on. He gets bit by the werewolf, and then the giant thing seems to help him by sucking on it, right?
Yeah.
And then he wakes
Giant
up propped
alien
against
boy,
the
monster
labyrinth.
boy.
Shot up, scanned my surroundings. Everything's fine. I retraced my path and then found the portal. Okay. So he wakes up outside the labyrinth, walks straight back home. Everything's silent. And then he goes down those stairs.
Hey everyone.
And
Oh,
then
yeah.
the
Hello.
taxidermy
Welcome in.
thing's
Welcome
now
in.
big. The one
Bestie's
earlier
not
he
feeling well
describes
today,
being in
so we're
a
just
12 by
listening /
12
watching a
inch
Creepcast
case, right?
episode together, one of my
Yeah.
favorites.
But now
It's good to see you, hon. How you
There was
doing?
no it feels so weird too because there's not enough description of what's going on to where I mean you're right. It's like things are happening fast, but also there's just no. It's just like even
Sweet. Yes,
even if it was just
Wendigoon
something minor
and
where it's
Papa
like
Meat are here
him traversing
together
back through the painting
as
and kind
one
of like putting us back to
team.
understand where we are because like,
It's like half a
Creepcast.
sentence.
Yeah, I love both
Yeah.
these boys dearly.
It's
They're
like
great.
the writer knows
I
what
pity
they're
the
talking
food. I
about,
don't pity
so
the
that's
fool.
fine.
T-Rex.
So it's just like, well, yeah, I woke up in the labyrinth anyway. I'm back in the house. I'm going down the stairs. It's like, whoa. That's like
someone
that was a
who
big
is-
process to get there.
it's a conversation where someone's like rehashing an episode to you and they're kind of like they've seen it so they know, but they're just like kind of giving you like bullet points of something even though you're kind of lost on where you're at, that kind of idea.
Yeah, and also it's like these are cool concepts. Like all the themes and settings and stuff like that are really cool. I'm enjoying it.
Oh, yeah.
But
Like, the descriptions
it
are
just
fantastic. The writing
it
is
needs
great.
a bit more fleshing out in those scenes.
I don't really agree with that. I
Along
thought it
with
was
that and some
fine.
of the spelling and
but
grammar mistakes. Well, not spelling, just grammar mistakes. I feel like this is the first draft of a really good story. you know?
possibly.
Yeah. Well, yeah. It just feels like very, very, which is weird. I wonder how much of this too. Which actually, let's finish this part and then I can go into it.
Okay, I'm very curious. T-Rex, you say something that makes me super curious. You say, the story sounds like an acid trip. I am curious why you believe that is such. I'm like genuinely curious.
Okay. I thought immediately of Kurt. The warped girl had used him to lure me away.
Oh,
Maybe
maybe
this meant he was dead. Maybe it meant something even worse.
you transform.
I don't know either way.
Maybe
I
one of
drove
those
to his
creatures
house,
will sound.
struggling to suppress visions of limbs so full of holes they split apart.
Ooh.
When I pulled up, I saw all the lights were on. I got out of the car, almost laughing with relief. That relief soured when Kurt opened the front door. I stopped in my tracks. He looked unwell. His hair lay slicked against his scalp, and his skin glistened under the porch light. My stomach clenched, but I approached anyway.
Kurt, sorry for stopping by this late. I just
Shushed me and beckoned. His movements were slow, almost clumsy.
Where have you been? I've been trying to call you all fucking day.
My skin prickled.
Why? Are you okay? Just come inside now.
Ooh,
An
something's
imaginary
weird.
itch, dirty and pervasive, dreamed its way across my skin. But it wasn't enough to stop me. None of it was. Not the portal or the pyramid, not the eyeless monster or the long-haired man, certainly not Kurt or the deep burrowing holes in his arms. So I went to him. Up close, Kurt's wet skin looked painfully weird. Far too smooth and almost slimy, like he coated himself in a thin layer of Vaseline.
Oh.
His arms. The holes were gone. Whole, unblemished flesh, not only healed, but completely regenerated.
Weird.
I slowed to a halt, unwilling to march up those steps. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Instead of the usual brown, his eyes looked coppery and somehow
Oh
multifaceted.
no!
They weren't Kurt's
He is
eyes.
turning into some kind of creature. Or this is
I
a
realized they
creature?
weren't even human eyes. 100 tiny, shimmering discs composed each
Oh
iris.
no!
The eyes of the parasites that have burrowed into his skin.
Oh, they got
that's
Kurt.
awesome.
That's super
Yeah,
sick.
that's sick.
That is so cool. See
Come
what I
inside
mean? It's
now.
frustrating because this story has some insanely cool visuals.
Yes,
like
it
he
does.
realizes the eyes are just the worms inside of him bundled together to look like an eye.
Oh.
And now they're like, come inside. I need to talk to you. But
Yeah.
he's eaten out from the inside.
Yeah,
That's
it's
so cool.
he's being puppeted.
Such a cool
Damn.
visual.
Yeah.
Parasite Kurt smiled.
Are you scared?
That's awesome. That's great. My knees felt watery and terribly weak. My car was close, but would I be able to outrun
No,
him?
I don't think
would
so.
I be able to run at all?
nope.
Kurt's shoulders heaved and he started to chuckle. Then a voice, his voice, came both from inside the house and from the body in
Oh,
front
he
of
is
me.
the house.
I'm scared too, but holy shit. Come have a look.
What?
Kurt, pale, sick, exhausted Kurt, appeared behind his shiny
Oh, it's a
doppelganger.
copy.
They laughed in
Oh.
tandem, then waved me inside.
Oh.
Shiny Kurt's movements were clumsier,
Shiny Kurt.
lagged slightly. But there's no doubt
Don't you
about
ever
it.
want a shiny double of
Moving
yourself?
together. I tried to run, but my knees gave out and I fell instead. Shiny Kurt helped me up, process leaving a glistening handprint of film on my arm.
Come inside. Come inside. Come inside.
One Kurt is scary enough, but two,
Two.
no chance of getting
Two
away.
Kurt's.
The father's
Creature
parasite
will
doppelganger
feature.
into the
Indeed, a
house.
creature is
is this?
featuring.
Kurt grinned with a surge of nausea. I noticed that his arms remained pocketed with dark, inflamed holes.
Ooh.
The sunlight didn't kill them. It made them grow.
Oh, man.
Oh,
An
wow.
unsettling mixture of fear, disbelief, and irritation rattled my already shot nerves.
Your parasites grew in a new you? And you're happy? I can control him.
Kurt
Oh, so that's what happened with the wife, too. She had a parasite doppelganger. That's what it was.
threw his arms into the air. Fraction of a second later, Shiny Kurt followed suit.
I mean, this is kind of
can
cool.
speak
That is cool. It's
through him.
freaky.
I can see through his
It
eyes.
is pretty damn
He ran his
cool.
hands through his hair, laughing triumphantly as his doppelganger did the same.
He's me. Another part of me.
It's kind of
Okay, Kurt, this...
like me and
this
my
isn't-
vessel, sort of.
What if there are more inside of you? There aren't any more.
His certainty gave me a chill. For the first time since this started, I wanted no part of it.
They're all him now.
Oh, man. Somehow, I talked both Kurts into sleeping. It's been several hours
Hell
now.
yeah.
Worried about Kurt. Holes in his arms look infected. Even worse,
I think he's
lost
got
a lot of
worse
time.
things to worry
I spoke
about.
to Kurt Tuesday afternoon. It's now Thursday evening. An entire day passed while I was in that portal. That doesn't make sense at all. According to the way the seasons change in the painting, time passes more quickly there than it does here.
Yeah.
As for the injury inflicted by the eyeless thing, it looks alright. The edges are too pale with an iridescent sheen I can't think about for too long. I can't think about Kurt either, really. I've tried to sleep a few times, but whenever I drift off, I hear the faint sound of that piping combined with the atonal singing I heard in the labyrinth. Every time I wake up, I have to fight the urge to return to the house, to that portal.
Go
I'm
back,
finally
go back,
afraid.
go
Finally
back,
seeing this
go
entire
back, go
situation for
back.
the horror show it is. Finally seeing this entire situation for the horror show it is, rather than the adventure I wanted it to be. I don't know what I'm going to do, though. They know my name and have my blood. I don't think I have a way out anymore.
Nope.
End of part
Man,
4.
it's
so basically
gosh.
That was part
So
4.
what I was saying there basically is, it seems like,
many more
and I'm
parts do
curious
we
what you think
got?
about this too. With a lot
5
of
and
these
6. Okay.
no sleep stories, it seems like somebody has an
Yeah, this is
initial
from our
idea,
No Sleep.
you know, but they don't have something planned out. along the way, so they kind of keep adding because it's popular. Seems like this person has an idea, but it seems like, at least on the parts where it's like, well, I need him to go back into the portal and do something and then come back. It's like the Kurt angle seems really fleshed out and nice. Like all these visuals are inspired and stuff. But the pacing of back at the house that one time, it just seems so like, yeah, he goes in there and he comes out and then he goes visits Kurt. You know what I mean? It just seems like really quick.
The pacing
So I'm
seems
wondering if it
fine
was
to me.
maybe partially that. It's just not really having a lot of like, he just goes in.
But that's the thing about stories is everybody's gonna feel differently about it. You know?
Yeah, it's like the Kurt stuff. It's like the worm stuff was what they wanted. There's some different dimension that people get infected by worms and they change. So it's like, okay, we need to sort out the dimension, the creatures and stuff. And the other stuff seems kind of short around it. I honestly think if you trimmed off a lot of the fat and just had the worm thing, that would work.
No, I think it's
If it's
great.
just a man that got infected during a cleanup job.
I was
yeah,
gonna
it
say
doesn't
the
need all the
exact
stuff
same
around
thing.
it.
Yeah, if it was
Nah.
if it was something of like, even if it was your coworker gets infected with a parasite and is slowly being fucked up,
Yeah.
like you lose the.
You
which,
lost
don't get me
track
wrong,
somewhere.
I
It's
still
okay.
like
It's a
all of
long
it. Like,
story.
there's still
They're
tons
still
of great
fun,
visuals.
but it feels like two different stories.
I will
You know,
go
kill
for
your darlings thing again.
2
of
hours and
Get rid of
under.
that stuff and just
Because this
focus on,
one's
'cause the
like
Kurt thing is
2.5 hours.
by far the strongest. Even the lines that he has, it's like great little.
But definitely,
great
I will
little
go for
zingers
shorter
there.
stories. Still
They're
love
all
me if I
hidden
was a
now or
worm
whatever.
chat. Of
Really
course
nice.
we would, Galad.
But I
Of
feel
course we
like
would.
I'm curious how it's going to wrap it up because now
I
we're
hope
on
you can
part
still
5
type
and 6,
to us when you're a worm.
and we still still the like cheeky bone person that we thought was a threat, but kind of saved him from being infected.
Yeah, Mr. Cheekbones is
there's a lot
not
of
a
stuff still
threat.
to be
He
answered, and
seems like
I'm
he's
worried
helping.
that within 2 parts, can this
Mr.
all be wrapped up
Shiny,
in a nice bow?
iridescent
Versus if it
cheekbones.
was something as simple as like, hey, my coworker is infected. I feel like you have a lot of room to play. You know, and
Man,
build out
especially if
from
you're one of
the
these
simple
cool
premise.
copper-eyed parasite
you could push it
worms,
a far
right?
way,
These
and you
guys
could
sound
also have,
awesome.
like, you could have more weird stuff with visiting the coworker.
They're all
and
iridescent
the
and
holes
shiny.
develop more and more and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You could even do some of the, like, depending on where this infection goes, you could keep, like, oh, well, at the job, we found a coat that was sprouted with, like, you know, limbs and stuff, and the blood flowers. Like, maybe those will tie into it and stuff. Again, it feels like 2 separate stories. One of them
I
is,
love-
like,
No,
being more
this
executed
sounds
than the other.
fine
so maybe just
to
split them
me.
into 2. But
See,
again, these are, like,
Sometimes I agree with these fellas, sometimes I don't. And that's the lovely thing about media, right? Is it's like they might have one certain view and you might have a completely different view. I personally think the story sounds totally fine. It makes total sense to me. But maybe I'm insane. Who knows? Galahad says, I would tap when Khione types and messages will be even slower. Oh no, that's okay. It's okay.
this is such an interesting story and very different than a lot of the others we've read, because there will be sentences where it's like, well, this is clearly like a problem. There's a lot to be done here. But then the next one will be like a banger.
Yeah, very
it's
elegant.
so back and forth.
Very elegant.
Yeah.
I will say, not, you know, there's still 2 parts. There's still more of the story, but I will say having your story be set up as like people who come in and clean up houses for people who recently have died or hoarders, and they're thieves, like they're kind of pieces of shit, and they steal stuff, and you steal and you get punished by stealing the wrong thing, and like let's say it's like the fur coat or something, and that infects you. How sick is that?
Yeah, I
Like,
hate
that'd be-
worms.
that-
Like
that'd be
all
pretty
of them?
cool.
Even like
Okay,
earthworms
part 5.
and
Cool.
glowworms?
Part 5.
And
Kurt has
I mean,
a
I guess
closet full of
caterpillars aren't
sprouts
worms,
and
but they're
human bones.
close-ish.
I found it by accident the other night after he and his parasite doppelganger fell asleep.
Dun dun dun.
It looked like a shrine. Tangles of also the younger version of his wife he saw.
That's
is
Parasite.
definitely his wife's parasite version.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Definitely. Well, I
I
mean, it was like,
shapeshifted into a worm once.
even
Someone
the
wants to
way,
use me
too,
as
of,
fishing
like,
bait.
it
Oh no!
touching him and becoming more youthful just feels like it feeds off the energy the same way that like Kurt's worms fed off him. You know?
Yeah, I think so. Tangles of vines coated the walls, competing for space with glossy, strided leaves and those luminescent night blossoms. The bones were suspended from the ceiling. Vines snaked through sockets and ribs, hoisting them up as effectively as a harness. Sprouts cover everything like confetti. Unlike the flowers, they're dead. Whole but dry, fragile and crumbling from root to crown. I reached out to touch them. I don't know why. I didn't want to. It was a numb, thoughtless compulsion, almost like a spell. The greenery enveloped my arm, gentle and cool like mist. My fingertips quivered a fraction of an inch from the sprouts, and one of them twitched. Dry matter plumped, darkened, growing into a rich green shoot with lush leaves. The roots snaked upward. At the bottom, I saw an eye. Small, round, metallic, like that of a goldfish.
Uh-oh.
I reared back and slammed the door, then obsessively scanned my skin for sprouts and eyes. I
Sprouts
heard
and
footsteps from the
eyes.
living room.
What are you doing?
Kurt's shadow preceding him, stretching over the wall.
What's in there? Evie.
He halted in the mouth of the hall. Bruisey shadows and painful hollows marred his face, making him look horrifically sick.
The real one.
Hmm.
What do you mean, the real one? The body I found in the house wasn't her. It was the younger copy.
Oh.
Motioned vaguely to the living room.
I
to his
see.
parasite twin.
More like him than anything. But not quite.
He rubbed his neck fretfully.
I'll tell you what I know.
They are loveless,
the
only
kitchen.
consume and grow. Loveless
I did as
relationship
he
with
said,
worm. I know
sat
more
at the
effective
table while I
bait.
clattered around, trembling. He threw on a pair of yellow.
Oh, I know
dishwashing
why you
gloves
dislike
and brewed
worms
tea
so
and
much,
put together a plate
Vaporize.
of cold leftovers.
You're a skeleton.
He sat both in front of me, took a seat at the opposite end of the table. Only when I started to eat and drink did he speak.
Evie had a lot of problems.
Actually, from what Kurt described, Evie was insane. She claimed to be the victim of an adoption gone wrong, a kid who'd slipped through the cracks and been sold to a new parent. The parent was a rich woman who
Rage
supposedly
bait?
ran a
Oh,
network
no.
of private schools for
Not
disadvantaged
rage
youth.
bait.
Evie told Kurt the schools were just a front for a breeding program. And
I'm not sure what you guys are going back and forth about, but
Dropping that on
No
just
sleep.
Borrasca from
Careful.
the top floor.
Welcome. Welcome to No Sleep.
more of a
boys.
centipede guy.
Watch out! Watch out! Watch out!
Yeah, watch out, watch out, watch out!
It's the sheriff from Borasca in the ring.
Yeah, meeting Tommy Taffy. And they're duking out for
I'm
the
Yeah,
Sam.
referencing
Yeah.
other stories.
Yeah,
I think we should breed centipedes. God damn it.
WWE
Why would you
Raw.
do that?
Which goes that that joke goes full circle because it goes back to your Randy Savage.
I'm looking at my
Oh,
D&D
yeah.
dice.
Just comes in
And,
with a chair,
like,
just beats it over the back of his head.
One of them is a D100. How do you roll this thing?
That's the wrong answer, brother.
Oh, you just roll. Oh, okay. It just rolls like any other dice.
Oh,
Okay.
man. A breeding program
It's just
and a
a
training
little
regimen to
string.
create what she called obedient sociopaths. According to Evie, oh wait, so not
Nobody would
actual
have to leave
breeding,
stream?
breeding
Oh,
as in,
no.
like breeding a perfect soldier. Like
I mean, listen,
No.
we're on r/no sleep. We're
That's
doing our
not
best.
good
right now.
behavior.
Wait,
You guys need to stretch your
next sentence
legs
says, according
and
to Evie,
do
the
other
babies.
things.
Okay,
You can
well,
leave
there you go.
stream. It's
So there
okay.
you go. All right, so glad
Let me see your
cleared that
D&D
up.
dice. No, because it would have to be a
ritual for what?
photo. And I can't show you guys
Surfaces.
photos. I might be able to find the
Evie told Kurt all
picture
about
from the
circuses, basically
Etsy
from day
listing,
one.
though.
Circus is a locus, place
But they're
where
like clear
several planes
dice,
of reality
numbers are
converge.
golden, and they have
Circuses
like
do
pink
not occur
flowers in the middle. They're very
God, I
pretty.
cannot keep
Built.
this up, dude. I keep thinking of like a fucking clown and like an elephant on a ball and stuff like that.
Yes, for
I'm
circus.
so fucking stupid. There's like Evie told Kurt about the circuses, and I just think like, "Hello there."
Yeah, that's what I would always think
Come
of.
inside. Look at the whoosh, like like an elephant and all kinds of like a bear on a ball, like rolling around a deal.
A trapeze act.
Yeah, exactly.
going on, yeah. It's funny to imagine that she's like, well, we were in the breeding programs. Do you want me to tell you about it? And then Hunter's just like talking to this woman, and in his mind's like,
Well, I would just be, well, she'd be saying all this stuff. It's like it's different planes of existence, and then I look at her. And
Evens or
I'm like, I have like
odds,
glasses on. I take
guys.
them off, and I'm just like,
Whoa.
but what of the clowns?
Hunter gets all
you have a clown
dramatic. It's
nose
so
on, and
funny.
anytime
Yeah.
that she says
Go
something
on.
dramatic, you honk it.
Yeah.
That'd be a really fun grief counselor.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh no.
Yeah.
And I never saw my dad.
Not even
after
gonna
that.
mention free
My
shows
father,
circus
he-
used to have.
drank
Yeah,
it.
those were not good, man. They were profiting off poor like people with disabilities and stuff. That's not cool. You guys hear the dice?
Go on.
Almost dropped
got
it
like
on the
a-
floor.
he's got
I'm
a
like
slide whistle.
rolling it up against the keyboard. Wee.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't know how much her death affected me because I started drinking I started drinking myself, and I just every time I look in the mirror,
You guys hear
all
the
I do is
dice?
I see him.
Hunter's so goofy.
That must have been hard for you.
Such a goofy fella.
Dude, grief counselor, the clown grief counselor is sick. That's awesome. That should be a real thing.
Just talking about like her parents' abuse and then.
Oh man.
When it's a good thing, it goes up. And when it's
Y'all,
a
this
bad
is my
thing,
favorite
it
thing
goes
to do with dice is the bell curve tables. In second edition, the random encounter tables were a D8 and D12 added together
He's
instead
got
of a
he's got,
D100.
blue
Oh,
hair
okay.
off both sides of his head, and when he gets happy,
I
it goes
see.
up. When he gets sad, it goes.
Oh,
Is it
there was a bubby here. It is Baby Tsu. Baby Tsu is here. Hello. He's one of the quiet ones, so I don't think you guys will hear him. Hello, Baby Tsu. Did you just wake up from a nap? Did you wake up from a nap? Oh, he's doing his special thing where he lies down and shows his tummy. Oh, hello. We gotta get that tum. He doesn't mind if you pet his tummy. He actually really likes it. Hi. He just loves to be petted.
Nastily puts on for happy and sad faces and
Drop
stuff.
my headphones.
My name's Chim Chim, the grief counselor. Please come in.
Where'd the D20 go, baby?
The
My
last
name's
time-
Boingo McBoingerton, the grief
the last
counselor.
time
Now I gotta
you
find the
said Chim
D20.
Chim, and the
Dropped
story
it. I
was
dropped
related
it,
to a
Emily.
monkey. So now imagine he also
Yes.
has like a
Can you guys
chimpanzee.
still hear
Yeah, exactly.
me? I'm like under my
Mr.
desk.
Banana, would you
office.
mind giving us our file?
That's what. It's like Patch
Well, I mean-
Adams, but like the way the movie depicted him. Just like, oh, yeah, Robin Williams.
Oh.
Fell on the ground. There we go.
Your parents took advantage of you.
Good morning.
The numbers in the middle were more likely. Those were the most common counters would be placed.
free,
Okay.
Jeannie.
It's 10 p.m. too early to sleep. No, not if you need it.
No, I'm kidding. All right. Let's
No such thing as too. Well, maybe there is a such thing, but 10 p.m. No, that's pretty normal time to sleep, especially if you have work or school or some other commitments, or you're keeping a certain schedule. Last time I rolled dice was a casino. No, please don't give away locations. Stay safe, guys.
Is that a thing people did?
Oh, dude, all over. You're free
Oh,
now,
man.
Genie. It's like, what are you talking about? The guy, like, this is not. It's not like he was fucking battling. I don't know. It's whatever. I thought that was insane.
Do you remember that tweet? Yeah, I forget what YouTuber it was, but that tweet where Robin Williams' daughter was talking about how hard it was for her to deal with like the passing of her father
Sure.
on its anniversary, and how she never felt that she was allowed to grieve on her own. And then some YouTuber tweeted, what was it? Someone, I forget who it was, but some YouTuber replied with a meme that said, calm thy
Way of feeling.
tits.
Thought about getting early rest because of pain thing. Oh no, please! If you're in pain and all that, still, yes, please get early rest. It's so important. The VOD will always be there for you.
With his Mr.
No,
Bananas.
definitely get some rest,
Calm
huh?
thy
Definitely,
tits.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's so important when you're not feeling well.
Also, check out my YouTube channel. I do 6-hour documentaries on celebrities' deaths. So feel free to do that.
Evie told Kurt all about circuses basically from day one. Circus is a locust.
It's hard to get back into it.
Lie back, get some rest. Yeah, I feel tomorrow. I don't know if Khione is still tired, but someone remind her to raid. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Viperas. Really appreciate you, honey. Get some rest. Feel better soon.
Circuses do not occur naturally. They have to be built. And building a circus is a horrifically violent process.
Ooh.
Even worse, the builders have no say over which planes converge.
Oh, so it's
More
like other
often than not,
dimensions.
you end up with a circus you can't control.
Of course.
Filled with beings and artifacts that actually use you.
Yeah.
Entities that possess the ability to manipulate or rewrite reality on a whim.
That's so cool.
We can't comprehend these beings because we exist on the most mundane of planes. Not due to chance, but because we, as a species, expect and require the mundane. We influence
you
and
guys
shape
do.
our own reality to suit our comfort zone. Our collective will function as a creator force, but that collective will isn't enough to control these entities. Okay, hold on.
Meanwhile, a 2 or a 20 were only a 1 in
again, lot
96 chance to happen.
Realities converge.
So that's where
I get
he puts
that.
something like a demon or a dragon showing up out of nowhere.
Building
Okay,
a
that makes
circus,
sense.
You have to do a violent process, which I imagine is the sacrifices
makes
that the children
sense.
come from that was mentioned. And the builders have no say on what happens. So it takes a bunch of sacrifices, basically. And then once you create it, it's like you are now the victim of it, effectively. It's like opening a portal to hell. You don't decide what hell does once it comes out. You just open the portal.
Yeah.
A proper circus acts as a cage. But like all cages, the bars rust and the locks break if you aren't careful. That was why
Yep,
Evie left
exactly.
him, her guardian, old now, on her deathbed, ordered her to take care of the circus. Kurt was flabbergasted. What kind of horror story, fairy tale, MK Ultra shit was this? I feel like Mother Horseyes just like zipped by in an airplane. Hello, real quick.
MK Ultra.
Flesh in her face.
Mother Horseyes is one of their longest stories. It's like 6 hours. We were definitely never watching that on stream. Maybe it was
Evie
longer. Was it
claimed they-
11? I don't remember. It was very long though. I still haven't finished it.
Thank you, Doctor. And Chim.
I just never get back around to it, or rarely do.
Evie claimed they'd kill him if she didn't do it.
Sometimes
That
you just
his
gotta.
life was in danger.
Sometimes you gotta wake up and smell the roses. He has that fake plastic flower in his shirt pocket and squirts her in the face. Just kidding. Go ahead.
That's a good. You put a whoopee cushion under the therapy chair.
Oh.
Oh man.
This coming from a grave counselor would be so funny.
I'm starting to wonder if Hunter has like sensitive eyes because he's wearing sunglasses and he's inside. It's interesting. He's still talking about like how. Oh, is another familiar coming to see us? Is it going to be Baby Nui this time? They've all come to see us today, pretty much.
He's like freaking the fuck out.
Who is that? Oh, it's Baby Sue again. Baby Sue, come here. Hi. He's peeking out. Hi. Come here. Baby Sue, he's so cuddly. He's so cuddly. Yeah, these two are very goofy sometimes.
And meanwhile,
Baby Sue.
like there's just a girl
Baby
sitting there really
Sue. Oh, he flopped over.
Traumatized.
There he is.
Traumatized. This guy's laughing.
Hi. He's so cute. Green Khione. Alistair, hello, hon. Welcome in, welcome in. It's good to see you. Vesuvius,
gets
oh,
quiet,
there's a doggo in the background.
she's like-
Did you guys see the doggo?
so I still have
Vesuvius not feeling very well today, so we're just listening / watching to something together. I will skip forward a bit.
It's so good.
All right, anyway.
Let's get back to the
Even
story.
claimed
Yeah.
they'd kill him if she didn't do it. That his life was in danger as well as the world itself. When he tried to stop her, she assaulted him and got her temporarily committed on a 72-hour psychiatric hold.
Oh,
he
yeah.
went to see her the next day,
My
she
apologies for
wasn't
being
there.
so.
Not
No,
even
honey,
confirmed
it's
that she'd been there
fine.
at
I
all.
know things
She disappeared.
have been
2 years
really.
later, he found her by accident.
There's
She
baby.
looked
Oh,
awful.
baby
She
Sue
was
is on my
desperate
desk.
and lonely.
I know things
Bad
have
guardian, she
been
kept
a
saying.
certain
I'm the
way
bad
in the
guardian.
States right now, so
Then
it's
she asked
okay.
him to
Take
stay
care of
with her.
yourself and your family
He was happy to
first.
do it.
That's
He
more
worried about
important.
her. He missed her. He loved her. Next day, he zipped back to his place to gather some belongings.
Chat's been very well
When he
behaved
returned
today,
to Evie's
so
house, it was gone. In place of her charming little 2-story, sat a sprawling ranch house occupied by a couple with a kindergarten-age daughter
doing?
and a newborn son.
what you doing,
Her came
Lunch?
back every day. Each time he saw a different house occupied by different people. No one noticed but him. After a couple more years of this, the young version of Evie
you
came to his
doing?
house, just like he'd said before. He followed her back to the
doing?
circus
You
house
gonna
and
bring
made
me
it
lunch?
inside, where he found the
Yeah?
real Evie. The wrong one got violent and knocked him out. When he came to, both were
You
gone.
doing lunch? You bringing me
The wrong
lunch?
version returned to him several
talking
times
to Callow.
after that. Even though he was
Oh, there she
afraid,
goes.
he always followed it every time because that was the only way to reliably
Technically,
find
it's not
Evie's
bringing
house.
me lunch.
Evie herself was never there.
It's
He saw her in the painting once,
let me
the
see.
side of the pale, long-haired entity.
That's okay.
Couldn't get inside.
Treated my
though.
family lunch.
It was
Very
like
nice.
staring
Very
through
nice.
an
Meeting me.
unbreakable
Hello.
window.
Welcome
He
in,
saw
Rolly.
them and
Welcome
they
in.
saw
Oh, hey,
him.
I never missed me.
They were
Nah,
trapped
you
on
guys are
opposite sides
fine.
of the portal.
At least I think
Sometimes,
you were
though,
fine.
There'd be dry bundles of sprouts and vegetation on his side.
There were a few moments when it kind of raised an eyebrow. I was like, all right.
Cases appeared too. He assumed this
Hello,
meant he wasn't the only one
hottie.
using the circus, but as of now, he's never seen the other user.
Actually, hey, hold on. Callow? You want to say hi to everyone? Okay, hold on. Hold on, guys. This is my demon counterpart, Callow. Just a minute. How am I? I'm doing okay, Winnie-Me. Vasudi's not feeling super well, though, so it's going to be a short stream, and we're just, like, watching something together. But Callow wants to say hi, guys. Hi. Right. Yeah, all right. There you go.
Hello? Hello, everyone? Where's my screen? Let me switch to this. Khione's still up there. Hi, guys. Khione's mouth is gonna be the one that's moving. Actually, let me make her go shoo. There we go. Hi, guys. Hello, Calla. Hi, hello, guys. Oh no, your names are different.
So that's Thiago. That's Yaldi. Their name is the same, but YouTube is doing a strange thing. I don't know the last time you were here, if you see that.
Yeah, I see it. Basta Demon. Oh, thank you. Oh, Calla, yay. Hi. I'm sorry it's been a while. Hottie, she's here. I am here. Oh, you. Hi. Hello, everyone. I've missed you guys. I'm sorry I haven't been around in a while. But I've been resting and doing some things. So yeah, hopefully I get to see you guys more this year. It'll usually probably be on Fridays, but not every Friday. So, because I'm still recovering and everything. So yeah, but Khione has a really cute chill game I can play for you guys. But we've got to wait for them to add some things so I can like have my own look and everything. But it's a very chill, like, building and farming and exploration game that came out recently. Khione's been playing it a lot with Vasiri. So, yeah, it's good to see you guys, but I gotta go make some lunch. Late lunch? Lunch? I don't know. Time of day is weird here in Antarctica, but I gotta go make lunch for Vasiri. So let's play a game together sometime, Cal. I would love to. I'd love to play a game with you guys. Maybe we could have an Entourage server in a certain game. But I'd love to do stuff like that with you guys. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna let you guys get back to your spooky story. And give you back here to Khione, and I'm gonna go make food for Vasiri. Bye, guys. I missed you so much. Okay. Bye. 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 Bye.
Bye, Callow. Oh, hold on here, guys. There we go. Okay. Or did I? Yeah, okay. Let me switch back to this. She forgot to switch it back. Shall unleash the necromancer in honor of the Lady Callow. Oh, thank you, Bowser. Thank you. Thank you.
At some point, claims he doesn't remember, but I call bullshit. He found out the sprouts are regenerative.
Bullshit.
All the plants from the painting are, some form or another. They bring dead things back to life.
Oh, that's so cool.
Sometimes they create life from nothing. Sometimes they transfer life between creatures.
Speaking of necromancy and dead coming back to life, well, there we go. Synchronicity. Baby Tsu is back. There he is.
On his very last
Did you
visit
also get
with the
lunch,
wrong
Baby
Evie,
Tsu?
He once again saw the real Evie
Probably.
in the painting, dismembered and filleted to death.
Ooh.
Just beyond the threshold.
Oh.
The barrier was gone. He ran in and cradled her. She was still warm.
Aw.
Wrong Evie followed him in and laughed. Then arranged he killed her, left her in the house.
Oh.
Then he packed up the remains of real Evie and took her home, coated her with sprouts and vines. He's been waiting ever since.
Oh, he's trying to resurrect his
she knows the
wife.
painting. He's trying to use the regenerative stuff to bring her back. That's why her body's there. And I was right about him killing the other
you
Evie that
doing,
was
baby
basically
Sue?
like
You
the
being a goofball?
maggot or
He's chewing
parasite
on my
form of
notepad.
Evie. Yeah.
Right. Then why the hell do you
He's
think
like
she's still not
shredding
painting?
it.
Because she is.
When he went into the
Oh,
painting with
goofball.
me, he followed the song. That wordless, eerie, open-throated song. All the way into the
Getting to
woods.
see Khione and
Even though her
Coliseum Day, my
bones were in
soul
his
is healed, and
closet,
keep going on.
Evie was
Oh,
there,
go
under a
ahead.
giant
I'm so
ribcage
glad.
underground with thistles.
You're so
couldn't touch her.
sweet. I'm
She
glad
could
we have
touch
that
him.
effect on you.
In fact, she gave him the parasites to show him what must be done, she said. Okay, I don't think that's your wife, dude. If she's in the giant, if she's under a ribcage and is like, you have to do this and then fills you full of worms, I don't think that's your wife, man.
Yeah, no shit.
Sorry.
No.
She told him the
But hey,
secret
you
of the
never
god in
know.
the pyramid, that no dead thing resurrected unless it willed resurrection. It didn't want to resurrect her, it wanted to keep her. The only way to trick it is with the help of its guard, the pale, long-haired man with scales. He alone can override the will of the god, but he needs a worthy bribe, and that bribe is freedom.
Why didn't you ever bring that painting here? Because if it isn't at the circus, the thing in the pyramid escapes.
That tracks because he said circuses are made to like keep the things in that
Right.
you want to summon the power of. Yeah. I stared down into my cup, trying to hide my anger from him. Tendrils of steam curled upward, warm and strangely soothing. I stirred the tea, taking savage pleasure in the obnoxious clink of silverware against ceramic. Crumbled leaves surfaced and spun in a vortex.
Why me? Why am I involved at all? The bribe is an escape. The guard can only leave if someone else takes his place. I need a body.
Within the whirlpool of tea grit came a flash of gold. It spun around and floated to the surface, resolving
Baby
into
Sue.
a small metallic eye. I couldn't inhale or exhale.
The guards need a replacement, and the god needs an offering. Then I'll get Evie back. I don't want to kill you. That's why Evie did this. To show me it's safe. You have to let them grow for a little bit. Then you pop them in the sun. When it's grown, give one to the jailer and one to the god. We don't even have to go through the portal. We can control them. We can make them do what we want. It's completely safe.
Yeah.
Yours were only in your skin. You made me drink them.
Oh.
He stared at me with a sort of pained, guilty shock.
no.
The room was silent and deafening at once, and the air felt heavy. Terribly, terribly heavy. I bolted. He caught me before I reached the living room and lifted me off the ground.
Yep, this guy's
I
way
flailed
bigger
a
and
kick,
stronger.
driving him into the wall. His grip loosened and I squirmed away, only to slam into his
Yeah, there's
parasite
two
double.
of them, you
Together
goof.
they dragged me into the hall. Up close, Kurt's arms were a horror show. The inflamed flesh inside the holes bubbled up and spilled over his skin like burn scars. Parasite Kurt looked
Baby
almost
Sue,
translucent,
what you doing,
like a thin
honey?
scrim of water was strapped between layers of flesh. In a panic, I bit down on Parasite Kurt's hands.
Ugh.
A gush of thin, sweet liquid erupted from the puncture. I accidentally
He
aspirated
just like
it, my entire
leaped
mouth
up.
and
He
throat
sees
went numb.
something on the wall.
While I struggled to breathe, they forced me into the closet and locked the door. I fell into the pile of bones, tangling in the vines and tearing blossoms apart. When I finally straightened up, the skull dangled inches from my face. Bright flowers glowed from each socket, equal parts horrifying
baby
and
Sue.
dreamily lovely. All around me, the dead sprouts came to life, golden eyes opening along the roots one by one.
Whoa.
I tried to move but couldn't. The numbness had spread, overtaking my shoulders and chest. Sleepiness came with it. The thing I saw were the eyes, 100, then 1,000, sparkling like miniature searchlights in the dim glow of the flowers. As I drifted off, I became dimly aware of a maddening itch in my heel.
Oh, that's where he injured himself.
I woke to a sensation of uncomfortable pressure and painful tugging, like
Baby
something
Sue.
was pulling muscle out through my skin,
Baby
slowly
Sue.
turning inside out. My throat hurt,
Ugh.
my arms hurt, and my foot radiating a deep, maddening itch. Everything flooded back, and I opened my eyes. Long, glistening
Hi.
larvae towered from dozens of holes in my right arm.
Oh.
Thickest tentacles covered in brown, glittering eyes. They stretched
Baby Sue is
painfully,
up here and he's
straining toward the
nothing.
wall.
Hello.
Little pockets of my swollen tissue stretched with them, tinting along the base of each larva. I threw up. Brackish fluid choked with plant matter and metallic eyes flooded my lap. I kicked away, then shrieked as something shifted inside my heel. It felt like a snake, coiling and sliding across itself.
Ugh.
My shoe shifted as something pushed it
Baby
off,
Sue, what are you
tickling
doing,
my
honey?
arch as it fell away. The parasite snaked out of my foot, rough edges
Oh.
scraping the skin of my heel. Sparkling serpent reared up like a cobra.
Ooh, what?
Rippling fins
Bobby, what are you
propelled its narrow
doing?
body upward.
What
Bright
you
blue
doing?
eyes glittered from its sides, glinting
What
like
you
crystal in the
doing?
dimness. After regarding me curiously, it darted upward and wove itself into the rib cage. All of its eyes were fixed on my left arm. Quivering, I looked down at my arm, expecting the worst. Roots and sprouts dusted my skin, but the flesh was whole and unblemished.
Alright.
Even the injury inflicted by the sprout beast, the wound the guard had sucked clean, was gone. All that remained was a patch of strange white flesh that glimmered with an iridescent sheen.
Eat
I looked up
chewing
at the
on
larva.
that. Don't eat that.
They too were focused on that patch of skin.
He's so goofy.
That was why they were straining. They were trying to get away from it. On impulse, I thrust my arm toward them. With a volley of pain unlike anything I'd ever experienced, they plunged down into my arm.
Oh,
They were big, much bigger than
Man.
Kurt's, and my skin bulged
Hi,
with the strain.
baby.
Electric
What
bursts
you doing,
of pain
baby
shot through
boy?
my body,
Baby
subsuming
too,
all my
you're so
senses in a white
cute.
nova of agony.
Ooh.
I screamed helplessly, which quickly devolved into wet, painful coughing. Another torrent of fluid came up. To my horror, tiny larva wriggled weakly in the puddle. I sobbed and reached for the doorknob.
Baby
To my shock,
boo.
it turned, spilling me out into Kurt's hallway.
No, he's getting them pets.
Soft, midday shadows cloaked the hall, but I saw clear.
He's so
Clean
cuddly.
sunlight streaming into
I
the living
know,
room
the
straight ahead.
keyboard for you.
I tried to stand, but my legs weren't strong enough. Sobbing weakly, I
No.
crawled to the living room and
No.
collapsed in the light.
No.
Both Kurt and his double were gone. The house was quiet, enveloped in that soft, stuffy stillness peculiar to hot days. I writhed miserably, weeping and screaming as my larvae erupted. They were easily 5 times the size of Kurt's, thick and rope-like and several inches tall. Even worse, they made noises, keening, high-pitched shrieks that seemed to slice through my head.
Oh.
I coughed helplessly the entire time, stomach and lungs expelling incredible amounts of dark fluid. Roots, sprouts, and weak parasites came with every expulsion. It smelled sweet, almost tropical, with hints of citrus and flowers and warm rain.
Ooh.
The larvae were too large to simply explode. Instead, they ruptured, swelling and splitting like overcooked sausages and splattering everything with thick, translucent ichor. Had I been physically capable, I'd have crawled out of the light just to escape the pain, but between the endless coughing and weakness, I was as good as paralyzed.
Damn.
Eventually, I faded out. A sensation of warm heat and softness woke me up after sunset. I turned over. Something squelched under me, thick and damp like jelly. I sat up and found myself wallowing in a pool of exploded larvae. Strings of their tattered skin trailed from inflamed holes in my arm,
Ooh.
reminding me absurdly of seaweed.
Huh.
Their eyes lay everywhere, glinting dully in the dying light. My foot twitched, whimpering. I looked up as the serpentine thing snaked out of my heel. The skin around it was baggy and pale like a blister. The serpent darted over the mass of jelly, picking out the eyes and eating them eagerly.
Huh.
Stomach lurching, I glanced at the holes in my arms. Pus rimmed the edges, paleness contrasting with the furious, swollen red. Each pit bore downwards like a honeycomb cell. At the bottom of one, I saw a quivering mass of tissue studded with small eyes.
Okay.
Altogether, I counted 10. 10 ruined pits in my skin glittering with fresh larvae. They're growing back. I tried to pull the rippling snake from my foot, but before I could touch it, it burrowed deep. I swear I can feel it crawling around the bone. Maybe that's why I'm weak. It's damaged the tendons and muscles. Breathing isn't easy. Each inhaled is ragged, thick.
Baby
Soreness
Two
radiates
is
from my ribs and down
so
to my stomach.
cuddly. He's just getting
It's more larvae.
scritches.
They're inside me, I know it. I have to go back to the house because my only hope is the guard. Kurt said he needs a body as a bribe. That's fine. I've got my own slippery doppelganger growing. The larva jelly is bubbling up before my eyes, slowly resolving into a
Uh-oh,
copy of
he
me.
sees movement.
If it doesn't want a doppelganger, I can always give it Kurt. Even
Oh.
now, after all the lies, I feel for him. I really do. But if he wants his wife back, he has to pay the price himself.
Yeah.
The end of
Part
part
5,
5.
man. That's sick.
Yeah.
The descriptions
One
of
cool
it is so
description.
unbelievable, man. That's why I'm like,
Hi.
I just want the larva. The larva stuff is my favorite.
The
That's-
larva's great.
Hi.
All the larva stuff is
So
fantastic.
usually
Yeah,
I
I'm curious
would.
to see how
Whoa.
it pieces
Okay,
together.
I
I like
can't
the whole
move the
motive
mouse.
of Kurt trying to revive his wife, basically. This kind of weird conspiracy
Two,
he's been
what you
having. But
doing?
I'm curious to see how it all wraps up because we are now on part 6, the final part.
Hi.
We are on part 6. I've always
Part
preferred
6.
pain to itching. Not that I enjoy either, but
I
pain
think-
is straightforward.
I
Even
can't
at its worst,
speak on
pain
that.
is somehow clean. Pain also has the decency to kill you once it reaches a certain threshold. Itching, on the other hand, is filthy and consumptive.
I guess so.
Itching can't kill you. It'll just drive you insane. In fact, if you could transform the essence of madness into sensation, that sensation would be itching.
Yeah, I guess so.
Itching was the only thing on my
What you
mind as the
doing?
larva infestation
What you doing,
worsened.
baby?
Every breath
What you
produced a deep,
doing?
explosive itch that wrapped over my ribs and organs. I saw vines in my mind's eye, thin and wet and tipped with golden eyes, winding their way through my body. By the time my parasitic doppelganger blinked awake, night had fallen and my larva had regrown. The new batch was small and stringy.
You wanna come up
ill-looking.
on my lap?
They peeked out anxiously for the holes in my skin, quivering.
I think
My
this is the
doppelganger was
last
easy to
part of
control.
the story.
Actually, there was nothing
Yep.
to it. When I moved, it moved. I was glad for this because I didn't have any energy left for conscious control. With a great deal of effort, I dressed it and together we hobbled out to my car. There was a moment of confusion when it tried to climb into the driver's seat with me. I repositioned it in the passenger seat, struggling as it mirrored my movements. The larva surfaced to watch, straining the tender flesh at the bottom of the holes. The drive to the suicide house, to the circus, was a hallucinatory nightmare. Things crept around inside me, prodding and squeezing
You rolled
tissues.
over.
The winged snake at my heel thrashed angrily, nipping my skin as it attempted to chew through my shoe. Worst of all, I couldn't stop coughing. Every fit inevitably ended in a torrent of vomit, choked with leaves and tiny golden eyes. My doppelganger gagged with me, identical except for its eyes, flat and golden, comprised of 100 parasite irises. After what felt like eternity, I reached the circus and led my doppelganger inside. The living room had transformed into a grove. Vines
It's
and glowing
growing.
flowers covered every surface. In the corner,
It's been
dimly
growing.
illuminated by the blossoms, sat the enormous anemone. Tentacles drifted dreamily, seemingly oblivious to the holes scoring its flesh. The five-eyed monstrosity lay before it, half buried in vines. I shuddered and hobbled upstairs. My doppelganger followed hesitantly. Through my haze, I heard voices, men's laughter, and a woman's playful, sarcastic bite, all underscored by a tonal piping. One of the bedrooms was closed off. A bar of golden light flickered along the bottom of the door. The door to the other room was torn to pieces, drooping on a single hinge. My larva peeked out and pulled toward the open room. A mindless,
He's
blissfully
being so
calm
cuddly.
compulsion overtook me. I followed their lead and ducked inside. A blanket of dead vines, curled leaves, and dry blossoms covered everything except a twisted figure on the bed. The larva strained forward, eyes glittering in the moonlight. It was the warped girl, unnaturally stretched across a blood-soaked quilt. Strangely, slates lay atop each of her hands. They were piled with hairy spider legs and bloated tentacles, garnished with sprouts and dead flowers. Horrific details resolved as I came close. From throat to thigh, she was a bloody ruin. Glistening guts cascaded from her butchered abdomen. Buried in the morose was a multi-limbed fetus with several eyes. Translucent hands clutched the gory remnant of a twin. The spell suddenly broke. The larva retracted, causing a nauseous explosion of itching that radiated in my shoulder. I turned, retching, and found myself face to face with the five-eyed taxidermy monster. It loped past me and lunged, plunging long, thick fingers into my parasite doppelganger's throat. Thick ichor spurted like blood from an artery, and it collapsed. The serpent in my heel quivered.
Oh, you wanna
my
go,
knees
baby?
gave out. I slid helplessly to the floor.
Bye, babies.
The five-eyed monstrosity approached and
There
knelt
he
before me.
goes.
To my shock, it spoke.
In all their forms, the parasites overtake the ruin of your mind.
Its voice was low and liquid, almost childishly high. Lips rolled above its vast mouth the way grass ripple in the wind.
Ruined minds make outdoors.
It touched my intact arm, the one the long-haired guardian had sucked clean. The unusually pale skin glimmered faintly.
Bloody clothes, the one you.
Its cold, puffy fingers circled my head. The touch was sharp and oddly refreshing. My mind suddenly felt clear. The larva in my arm shuddered, producing a thrumming tickle that made me moan.
The caretaker will clean you again. Find him.
You just want me to trade places with it?
Painful hysteria built in my chest.
Is that him or
That's
is
like
that
that's like an accusation That's him being like, you just want me to trade places with it, like angrily.
But this is the monster, the larva,
He
right?
still has the voice modifier on.
No, this is our protagonist. Something like pity crossed its face.
The caretaker captures and releases charges at will. You were released once. You will be released again, though the vines will otherwise.
Sigh skated over my honeycombed arm.
Your friend, the madman, wants you to take the caretaker's place so that you will release his wife. He will confront you. He surrendered to the vines. You may not recognize him.
Looked meaningfully at the warped woman.
She did not.
Interesting. Okay. So, like, again, I go with you. I agree that the larva is the strongest part of the story. Should just be that. But there are things about this, like, mirror extra dimensional plot that I do like.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yeah,
think it's
like,
totally fine.
Yeah,
It's
Kirk threw
great.
himself to it, became a monster. Now he's killed the other version of his wife, or
Yeah,
whatever
definitely.
that she was on the bed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No,
It's
there's
cool.
good
It
shit
has
in
its
there for
moments.
sure.
Hysteria and horror continued to build, twining together like the vines.
Go, or I will make a door from you.
Toward to the hall, past the room where men laughed and pipes echoed, into the taxidermy room. The specimen cases were broken and empty. No taxidermy creatures
Oh,
remained, and the
they
painting
came
showed
alive and
only
came
empty
out, probably.
backdrops. Forest and beaches, rock canyons and golden fields, luxurious bed chambers and blood-stained dungeons. The more I think about it, the cooler this idea is of, like, if you perform enough evil, if you break the minds of enough people, have enough sacrifices, you create an intersection between all these different dimensions these creatures go through, and the paintings are pictures of the different roadways.
Right.
That's pretty cool. In the center
yeah.
hung the familiar moonlit landscape. I ran through, gasping as deep cold settled over me like a blanket. That familiar, wordless song, beautiful yet so very close to screaming, echoed over the plains. I veered toward the slope. The pyramid came into view, a cubist masterpiece of blinding silver and unfathomable darkness. Low veils of clouds clung to the top like a gathering storm. Itching ran along my bones as larvae shifted. I hurtled toward the labyrinth, dodging thorny vines and treacherous burrows half hidden in the brittle grass. My intact arm glimmered strangely on my periphery, milky and too smooth. It frightened me in a way even the larva could not. I sped up, grimly ignoring the serpent writhing in my foot. Pale light guided me to the labyrinth's entrance. As I approached, I heard a low, resounding thrum. The ground vibrated and a chorus of horns echoed through the night. To my shock, glittering beetles erupted near my feet and flooded across the grass.
Uh-oh.
Other creatures followed. Antlered hogs and primordial cats, giant toads, tiny foxes with billowing clusters of tails and more. So much more. All running away from the pyramid.
Oh,
I
away
reached
from
the
it.
entrance just as a pack of long, low wolves with tusks and bulbous eyes bolted past. 6 winding paths flanked a marble promenade that led directly to the pyramid. Horns and wordless wailing echoed off the black walls. The larvae in my arm peeked out of their burrows. I fought the urge to rip them out. The pain I knew would make me black out. Marched forward. More paths spun off the promenade, narrow and impenetrably dark. I hurried past, refusing to look lest I find something staring back at me. Man, again, like, there's so much cool stuff happening. It's just so... like, there's the serpent in his foot, and he walks into the labyrinth, glittering beetles, and then it's just quickly mentioned, antlered hogs, primordial cats, giant toads, tiny foxes. It's like, he's in an other Earth. It's so fascinating. It's just so quick. I think my biggest complaint with the story is there's so many cool things happening. They're all pulling away from other cool things.
No,
Well,
it's
the thing is,
fine.
it's two separate ideas. You know, like
No,
the
I
painting
disagree.
idea is different than the idea of. Like,
I
the
think
thing
they
growing
fit
inside.
together
It's just
really well.
It's
Yeah.
too much also for just a short story. Maybe if this was like a novel where you got to build up these things.
Yeah,
Maybe.
yeah.
I mean,
but that being said,
maybe,
once
but
again, as
I
we
think
said,
it's
like
fine.
just two really cool things, but it's just which one do you want to actually commit to? Because these are two great ideas, and also too the way that he describes it, so colorful. It, like,
Yes.
it's just tasty. Like it's just, every
Yes,
time
the
you read it, you're like,
descriptions are
"Ooh."
so good.
Yeah.
So many things going on at
like
once.
that.
Oh yeah, I kind of
Yeah,
like
the
that
little
though.
paragraphs I reread, I'm like, that's
Maybe
pretty
I'm
cool.
in the
I like that.
what's the word?
Tall,
Minority though.
Perfectly rectangular opening loomed ahead. Glimmering steps led to the entrance. I I slowed to a halt at the base of the stairs. For a paralyzing moment, I thought about turning back. This was, I thought, the very last thing I wanted to do. That moment, the serpent in my heel convulsed, sending bright electric pain coursing through my leg. It was an apt, perfectly timed reminder that actually, dying of an alien parasite infestation was the last thing I wanted to do. So I went inside. Soft, smoky incense enveloped me, along with an almost debilitating heat. Vines and flowers crawled up the walls alongside veins of polished ore. Blossom and mineral glowed dimly, illuminating a septet of enormous images on the antechamber wall. 5 I recognized. A bull, a locust, a malformed wolf, a breathtakingly beautiful person that could have been man or woman, and a golden dragon. 2 I had trouble with. A hideously proportioned human with wings, no eyes, and 3 mouths, and a creature with a shape I couldn't quite comprehend, whose flesh glimmered with mad arrays of stars. A sharp chorus of laughter echoed through the chamber, indulgent and somehow cruel, followed by a bone-rattling roar. I spun around anxiously, looking for a door, but only saw another set of 7 images behind me. The laughter grew abruptly, both in volume and glee. My arm itched, my feet ached, and a terrible, pulsating pressure built in my chest. Breathing suddenly became impossible. A moment later, I felt it, long and wet, slithering up my throat.
Oh no!
A gag, tongue rolling back and touching the tip of a vine. Those strange, towering images swam before my eyes. Dreamily, I realized it wasn't laughter I was hearing, but screaming punctuated with a chilling, inhuman bellow. I collapsed, painfully aware of the serpent shifting in my flesh. Everything blurred together, soft and almost beautiful, as vines and larvae erupted from my throat. Tiny eyes and wet leaves glittered on my periphery. It scared me, so I closed them just as halting footsteps echoed through the chamber. I felt hands on mine, strong and cold. I looked up and saw the caretaker's strange, sharp face staring
The
into
one that
mine.
healed him before?
One of its eyes had ruptured, red, swollen, and unwholesomely bloated. Horror and hope suffocated me along with the vines as the guardian lowered its mouth to mine. Cold lips closed over my chin and cheeks. Itching abruptly disappeared, and I felt a bare, blissful instant of relief before an overwhelming nova of agony scorched me into
You
unconsciousness.
healed him again?
I surfaced to silence. So it bent down and like kissed him,
As
and
I'd done before,
effectively
too.
purified him the same way it had
Yeah.
with his arm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gasping, I shot up. I was naked, but could breathe just fine. No plant matter or worms choked my throat. I immediately looked at my arm. Pale, plump flesh peppered with half-healed holes. I touched one experimentally. No itching, no larva. Just a dull, unremarkable ache.
Huzzah!
My heel was strangely horrifying, deflated and colorless, like an enormous drained blister. Sunken hole reminded me of rotting pumpkins, but at least it was empty. No serpent, no larva, no vines.
Huzzah!
I climbed to my
better.
haunches.
Question
My
mark?
hand fell into a soft pile of vegetation, and I almost screamed. It was the caretaker, shriveled and glimmering like moonlight, covered in tall, luminescent flowers that looked like lupines.
No.
Fighting back tears, I inspected my skin for any scratch or puncture. There were none. The flowers had been soft, after all, softer than any I'd ever touched. Was that any guarantee? Just as I began to calm down, a low, wet
Did the
rumble
caretaker
rumbled
sacrifice
through the
himself for
antechamber.
him?
I jumped up and saw the door where there hadn't been one before. Under the feet of the bull, low and glowing with rich golden light. A hideous, incomprehensible shadow filled that beautiful doorway and lumbered into the chamber. 7 enormous, sinewy limbs exploded from a twisted torso. 4 were vaguely human. 3 were thick vines studded with glittering eyes. Sprouts and humming tangles of bright-eyed larvae laced every inch of its raw flesh. A human head crowned the monstrosity, warped and lumpy with clusters
Oh,
of subcutaneous
jeez.
vines. A feathery anemone extended from its mouth, straining the skin to such a degree that the flesh had split up to the eyes and ears. Blood sheeted past its cheekbones, choked with vines and squirming with small worms.
Oh.
Dangling from a broken jaw was half an eerie, translucent fetus. The twin, I realized, to the one at the suicide house. So, Okay, so I'm gonna guess this is Kurt, right?
Yeah, it's 100% Kurt.
And he like
Yeah.
the thing's grown in him to the point that he's like his skin is broken apart and the vines make up the most of the torso.
Yeah.
And it went to that woman who was pregnant, and then it seems to have eaten one of the twins, or like hanging from its broken jaw, maybe still alive, but probably dead. It's like a Resident Evil villain.
Yeah,
Such a cool
it really,
description.
it sounds very
it's
Resident
really cool.
Evil-y, kind of.
Very,
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Just kind of like a weird, like umbrella mutation kind of creature.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you can see where like the infection like took what pieces were there and just stretched them far past what they were supposed to be.
Yeah.
The anemone snaked forward and spun open, barring a tangled spiral of teeth that made me think of sharks.
Ooh.
The center of that spiral, set into the throat like a gem, lay a massive cluster of golden eyes. The anemone shifted sharply, straining upward to offer full sight of the human head from which it sprouted. Kurt.
Yep, it's Kurt.
Kurt's head, Kurt's body, Kurt's mind warped and erupted and overtaken by the vines.
Damn.
His right eye found the dead caretaker, buried in his cairn of flowers, and spun towards me, radiating madness and triumph. And I knew, somehow, what he was thinking. He'd won. I was the new guardian, and I would now release his wife. Sadness and profound rage swept through me just as the caretaker shifted under his glowing lupines. A deafening roar shook the pyramid. The anemone stood at attention, and Kurt looked back at the small door, panic flickering across his ruined face. Then he lunged at me. The caretaker exploded from his funeral grove in a tornado of stems and glittering petals, launching himself at Kurt.
Get him!
He reached into that nightmare gullet, ignoring the spiral teeth, and plucked out the golden cluster of eyes. That roar sounded again. Dust rained from the ceiling. Leaves and flower vines rattled as if in a wind. The guardian ignored it and continued his methodical dismemberment of Kurt.
Whoa.
A chorus of shrill screaming issued from Kurt as larvae squirmed and shot out of his flesh, swaying several feet in the air before diving down to the guardian. Glistening bodies swarming over the guardian's snowy arms. I turned and ran, hurtling down the promenade, oblivious to the numbing cold.
Run!
I don't know how I made it back to the suicide house, but I did. Stumbled past empty paintings and taxidermy monsters who now breathed, past the warped woman's corpse and the laughing men. Salt crunched under my feet as I tore down the stairs and out into the yard. It was dark and I was panicked, so my nakedness didn't matter to me. I slid into the front seat of my car and sped home, where I inspected every inch of flesh. My hands are smooth and unmarked. My feet are not. Small scratches and punctures litter the skin, but I think I'm all right. They're already healing. The skin is smooth and unusually pale.
That's interesting.
Just in case, I drenched my feet in hydrogen peroxide, washed them, and sprayed them with cheap herbicide. It hurt like hell. I could barely stand, and I'll have scars, but it's worth it. Then I showered in the hottest water I could stand and stumbled to bed. I woke this afternoon to a very familiar painting propped against my bedroom wall. It's just a painting for now. Rich oils and silver tones depict the scene as I first saw it. A crisp spring night with a tall and human figure framed by luminescent flowers and strange trees. I left it there and went to the suicide house. Instead of Evie's two-story house, I saw a neat little bungalow.
Yep,
with a
it's
breathtaking
gone.
rose garden. I drove by 3 times before going back home. I haven't done anything with the painting, but I need to, soon. I had a really good look at it just now, and there's a problem. In the distance behind the caretaker is another figure. Malformed and multi-limbed, coated in vague suggestions of vines and worms.
Oh, it's
I
Kurt.
don't know what happens to doorways when you burn them, but I'm about to find out.
Dun dun
Man.
dun.
Wonderful.
Gosh, dude.
Wonderful.
That
That
was
was
great.
great.
But the ending, that last
Same
part
brain zone,
was like really cleared up a lot of the issues I had previously. It felt like I was in another world, and like
Yes.
Yeah, well,
him
that's-
getting
see,
out
that's-
and the caretaker saving him, then dying, then
Yes.
burning it at the end. That was all great.
I still
Yeah.
think that the initial gut reaction, at least how I see it, is I still feel the same way of it's two very good concepts. I almost wish that the painting was more focused than on like the body horror of the larvas growing inside. It feels like you could have taken that idea and just shifted it to
Yeah.
like this obsession of going into this painting and exploring more of all these creatures in this world. Because
So I'm gonna stop it there and switch to just chatting. So what did you guys think of the story? Did you like it? I hope you guys liked it. we probably won't be doing this very often, and when I do it again, I will probably find something shorter. The city is not feeling super well, so we're going to be ending streams soon here in a moment, and I'm going to have her get her food, and then she's going to rest. So, yeah. Thank you for joining me today, everyone. Let me get the outro music. I'm just gonna hang out with you guys for like a minute or two. I love those kind of stories. I'm glad. Yeah, me too. I love things that are like super like descriptive and mysterious and weird shit's happening, otherworldly stuff. Very fantastical, but also very creepy and grotesque and gory. Especially Wendigo content. We can do this whenever we feel like, Khione. Yeah, maybe we'll just watch a Wendigo video because his aren't as long, I think. Yes, he can have very long videos, but he has some like shorter ones, so. What's up, Mama? Hi, Sonic, hello. Sonic/Gray, hello. We just finished watching a Creepcast episode together. It's right there. I clean hoarder houses for a living. Actually, let me get you guys the link. So if you want to listen to the rest at the end where they were talking. I clean hoarder houses for a living. Here we go. Here is the link. Or if you guys want to rewatch it or re-listen to it. There you go. Iron Lungs on sale. Maybe I should play Iron Lungs for you guys. Thanks for the stream. Oh, thank you for being here. I hope you guys enjoyed. But I'm gonna head off now. Yeah, it's a good time to head off. Let me switch to the outro music. I'm gonna get Vasiri some rest, and hopefully she'll be feeling much better on Monday. Hopefully, but we'll see. I like hearing you and the Creepcast host talk about the story more than I like the story itself. I can enjoy it through other people enjoying it. Oh, that's awesome, Abaddon. See, that makes it so worth it. I'm so happy to hear that. I was worried I wasn't giving enough commentary or talking, but like I was just so fixated on the story that I just really didn't have much to say. And it was when they were talking that I felt like I had things to say. So I guess it worked out. But I will get shorter stories because I felt that maybe it was a bit long for you guys. Or did you guys enjoy it? If you guys liked how long that was, then yeah, we can keep that up. Definitely. But yeah, I'm gonna go let Vasiri eat and get some rest and stuff. Thank you for joining me today, guys, and chatting and enjoying that along with me. They have a lot of good stories. I definitely recommend you guys go check out Isaiah and Hunter Creepcast. And Wendigoon himself and Papa Meat himself have great channels too. They do very different content from each other, so just poke around and see what you like. Thank you for the hearts, babies. Thank you. I really appreciate it. We got raided today. Let me see. I don't know if anyone's live right now. Yeah, we could raid someone another time. Oh, wait, I think Reiko's live on Twitch. Hold on. Twitch. Or is she? Oh, yeah, Reiko's live on Twitch. She's at a convention. Oh my god, this is exciting. Here you go, guys. Go raid my friend Reiko. She's lovely. She's currently at a convention. Okay, have fun, guys.